Hi, everybody.
Good evening.
Good evening. How's it going?
Sadie was barking at Nelly and Sophia playing there. Now look, Coury has a funny hat too.
Yeah,
Bark at Coury.
like I wish I could just be like,
"Hey, what is it?"
I'm fluttering away the flies that are around me.
Is that supposed to be a cow hat?
I think
buffalo?
So. Like a buffalo or something. I don't know. I was running a little late today because I was going to try to play over at the main setup because I thought it'd be kind of fun, and I realized that the way I had things set up, I couldn't send audio the way that I wanted to. But now that I think about it, I could have done it. But it's too late now. So I'm just going to go ahead and, we're going to do the huge tonight, I guess.
Yeah.
So I asked everybody in our Discord whether or not they wanted something that was fun and Halloween-y, or something that's actually scary and Halloween-y. Mm-hmm. And almost everybody said that they wanted something fun. And Dustin Kramer, who's in the chat right now, recommended this game Pumpkin Jack. And it was on sale. It was 60% off on the Switch eShop. And I had some money already in my account, and plus I had some coins, and I got it for $2. So from what I understand, I've played it just a little bit, but I'm starting over. Obviously, and it's kind of like medieval a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it looks pretty solid, honestly.
Yeah,
it's definitely got maybe a PS2-ish aesthetic.
Yes, exactly, or almost like PS1-esque. Yeah, but PS2, almost like a mix between medieval and maybe Maximo or something like that.
Maybe Dreamcast would be the better descriptor.
Yeah. I was hoping they should remake this game or make a add-on or a mod for it that's instead of Pumpkin Jack, it's just P-Jack, and it's the entire game is normal the way it is, except for you play as P-Jack from Tekken.
Oh.
That would be funny. Anyways, I'll go ahead and get started. And did you tweet this or no? I didn't tweet it.
I did not.
Yeah, well.
You don't
have to. You don't have to.
No, I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll make this happen if Sandy doesn't mind a keyboard sitting on it.
Yeah. It's a little lighter in here than I was than it is for in Try's place. I mean, I tried to make it like orangish, but like orange lights don't look orange.
No, they kind of just look like warm yellow lights.
Yeah.
Even the cute little bunny rabbits. It was an age of prosperity.
So maybe I just might as well do like some blood.
War, famine, catastrophe.
Try some blood red instead.
Yeah, I always do red.
Very boring. So boring, in fact, that even the devil himself was bored brainless.
Try that.
The devil dreamed of
Oh, I didn't change the. Whoops. Sorry, I started the game and then I didn't switch the scene. So I was too busy tooling
Yeah,
around.
I can hear him.
Yeah. If it's too loud, let me know.
The curse of the eternal night.
So this game has enough of a budget for voice acting, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, at least the intro.
I mean, if I recall, when I looked at the trailer, I think it said it's Unreal Engine.
Yes. Yeah, and there is a PS4 version.
The game, huh?
There is a PS4 version, but that version was still like $30.
Quite enjoy safe.
There doesn't appear to be a physical, but I mean, it looks pretty good.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it's going to be that.
It has maybe a bit of a Unity look to it, which, you know, I don't necessarily mean derogatory. It's not Unity though; it's Unreal Engine. But like, you know, it's you know, maybe that tier of development, but like a good one.
Yes.
Tower in his studies to find the power he needed to break the curse of the eternal.
Yeah, Try doesn't have a costume on the night.
Oh well, hang on. I did think earlier if I can grab some.
This might be the fun I've been looking for. So in response to the wizard's quest, he called upon a champion of his own. Stingy Jack, history's greatest trickster and con artist. Banished.
I mean, I understand. It seems like you're playing as the bad guy at least at first, but maybe he has a change of heart halfway through the game.
And made him a deal. The devil would forgive Jack's past.
Or he's doing his job.
Grant him passage to the afterlife.
So how is everybody doing this week?
Mission. Find the wizard and destroy him.
Did anybody watch the new video that was like completely DOA, essentially, like view wise? But it's okay. Oh, look at it. There you go.
Got my old Club Nintendo Mario hat. Yeah, what is that, Sandy?
Sandy's gonna eat it. And just...
What is it?
So I want to say that I am using the new 8-bit dough controller. Oh, that's that. Forgot that. This is the ultimate controller.
I'm putting that toy on my head. Huh? Very curious.
There's no voice acting in the game. He just goes rah.
Yeah, it's like it does look like a cross between like
Medieval and Maximo.
And Maximo, yeah.
So I haven't used this controller very much. I've been playing Bayonetta 3 with it, and it feels good. I mean, but you know that game is. Oh, sorry, I'm just kind of going through just this stuff real quick. I mean, it's as responsive as it needs to be for Bayonetta. I am liking Bayonetta quite a bit so far, and it seems like it's going to be pretty long. You know, the levels are really like long. Have you played it at all yet, Troy?
No, I haven't. I finished last night. I finished the Resident Evil 8 DLC.
Oh. I didn't realize that you had gotten that. How was it?
It was pretty good. I don't know if it was like $20 good, but
how's the third person stuff?
It's pretty cool. Like it works for the most. I mean, it's it's so silly. Like I load up a save in the main game with it. And, they they make it impossible to see Ethan's face, but really you get so close to actually seeing it, it's kind of like they may as well. You know?
Yeah.
Like you can really like see, like you can pan the camera around just enough to like where you can see like you can see like the edge of his eye. Like you get so close, but then like starts to turn his head like in the direction that you're turning the camera, and eventually he'll like turn his whole body. Rose works kind of similarly, but there are situations where you can turn the camera all the way around her, and she doesn't turn. But Ethan always turns, so you still never.
Interesting. Like I never even thought about the fact. Like why? Because it would give away plot stuff.
What?
Being able to see his
like
face.
it's just the thing where they just like they have never shown Ethan's face and they're just sticking to it.
I see.
Like in the first Ethan game, Resident Evil 7, there's that one part where you're playing as another character and he's like kind of encased in some of the mold.
Right.
And like it's like you can see the front, but it kind of covers his face. Like it covers his eyes. And then when you look at his character model, if you like unlock his character model and like go into the figure viewer, like his face is just like a void.
Oh. I'd forgotten about that.
And late in the game, late in Resident Evil 8, remember you're playing as another character
right
toward the end, and there's cutscenes where you see Ethan, but like they're always dancing around his face.
Yeah.
So even though he like clearly has a face, because like because you can see enough of it in the third person view that you know that he's got a complete face. It exists. I'm sure people have probably already extracted the model data. But they never actually show it in game. That's their thing with Ethan for whatever reason. You know, I mean, I guess I gotta admit it's cool
I can respect
that they're sticking to their guns. You know?
Yeah. Kinto Zero says, I like the Sega Ages stuff. I put some time in the Sega Classic Collection. It was hit and miss, but I had fun with it. Well, I'm glad that, like, it's fun to do those kind of videos. And, like, I know that they're not, like, super popular. I mean, they're, like, among like, our least popular videos, really.
I was shocked that it was behind the pickups video for a little while, which I was like, what?
Yeah, but it is that's ridiculous. Fine. It was, it's one for me, I guess.
Exactly. And you know what? The video I'm working on is one for me, Yeah. I don't expect it to necessarily be mega popular, but it's kind of a little stream of consciousness reminiscing about early 2000s Mario and early 2000s creative software and also like it in some ways like part of my life story into like how I ended up doing what I'm doing now. Like it's definitely different. It's definitely different.
And it kind of came about because
it's something I want to do.
Yeah, it just came about because you found some stuff, right? Didn't you like find some materials and stuff for it?
I knew it existed, but there was I'll say maybe a little bit about what it is. When the Mario trailer released, it kind of inspired me to finally dig up some files of an animation I made when I was in college, back in 2006, where I kind of made a little bit of a 3D animated Mario fan film myself. And it does exist out there, but I've not really widely shared it because the quality of the uploads that are out there are really bad, and also because of the way YouTube worked in the early days, the sound has drifted out of sync on the original uploads.
Really? That's kind of interesting, I guess. So
yeah, so I've not really shared it, but so I kind of went back to my original files. They're actually of pretty good quality, and I was able to do a little bit of light upscaling that makes them look a little better. Mm-hmm. And it's like this, it's like a 4-minute little thing. 4-minute little Mario animation that was like, I was really serious about making this back when I was in college. Like, it was really important to me. I'm a little embarrassed of it now. It's not like amazing or anything. I was trying to dig up when I was starting to do this, I was trying to dig up what was, I can't remember, it was either 2005 or 2006. There was a really, there was this really crazy 3D animation that I want to say was done by a Spanish animator. And I think this was before we knew that the Wii was like not going to be super powerful, so it was still maybe plausible. Like, we just knew about the revolution. And I could not find it, but does anyone remember that like really crazy Mario 3D animation that came out? I want to say it was like 2005. It came out just ahead of E3, and like everyone on the internet was debating, like, oh my gosh, is this like leaked Revolution footage like ahead of E3?
But it's just somebody just made it for fun.
Yeah, someone made it for fun, but it had like a really different art style. Like, Mario was kind of like lanky looking and stuff.
I don't remember that at all.
And I was doing like Google searches, like, within the correct time frame and stuff. Because I feel like it surely was posted on like some news sites or something. I could not find it at all. And I wish I could find that, because like that was like artistically much better than what I made. But also much shorter and only in one environment.
Look at this.
Whereas I have like multiple environments in mind. But it's certainly not like, it is, don't get me wrong, it is not great by today's standards. But I think it's interesting if, I'm trying to present it through the lens of like, this is like this was made before like YouTube was much of a thing. Like, I conceived of it before YouTube existed at all. I built it when YouTube barely existed. And the idea of like creating videos and animations and stuff like that, just like on a home computer without needing like an SGI workstation and stuff like that, or like some, professional editing rig, like that was still a relatively new concept. I mean, it was a totally different time.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to treat this as like, just sort of an opportunity to just reminisce about, what that pre-YouTube, that early creative software era was like, just in terms of conceiving of an idea and making it. And also like the software I use to make it is like pretty obscure. So I thought
it wasn't obscure at the time though, right?
Well. Huh?
It wasn't obscure at the time.
Oh, it was. It was.
Oh, okay.
Like it's something I've never heard anyone. I actually talked to Shinjan about it earlier today because Shinjan is an animator,
right?
And I was like, have you ever heard of this? And he's like, I might have heard a little bit about it years and years ago, but it was never a major like serious industry.
There was a donation a little bit ago.
Oh, yes. Let's see here. Oh, there were a couple, actually.
Oh.
There was, sorry about that, 7 minutes ago from Eric Reimers.
Oh.
$5 super chat. Thank you. Saying, hey guys, I just beat Castlevania Loop 2 for Halloween. Oh. After watching Dracula's Castle crumble, I'm sure we've seen the last of him, right?
Yeah, it's too bad they never made any more of those.
Yeah. Loop 2, that's the end of Dracula, unfortunately. Yeah, I've done Loop 2 as well.
I'm not sure if I ever have. That was one of those games that you played that every day or every month, right?
I tried to. I ended up probably only playing it like 5 times through the year. But, I was able to get it down to where I could beat it in like maybe 30 minutes or something. I mean, nothing crazy, but, I felt like I got reasonably good at it.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like my ability in it has somewhat regressed because it's not I've played through it again a couple of times and have not done nearly as well as I could that year, whatever year that was. Oh yeah, Homestar Runner is definitely part of the story that I'm telling in this video as well. So expect to see some Homestar and Strong Bad. Because like that defined my college experience.
And it's so funny because I've like never watched it. I mean, it was just like not something that I was remotely. I would have been like, I guess, older.
You would have liked it. You would have liked it. The sense of humor, like I actually was writing this in my script today. Like the sense of humor is like pretty much made by and for nerds that grew up in the 80s and 90s. Like it's so perfect for that group of people. They've actually, over the recent years, they've done a few random things here and there on their YouTube channel, which is nice. But it was very much its peak years were in that period when I was in college, and it kind of went away not too many years after I graduated. So that was like, I mean, because they had a new episode almost every Monday. And like me and my roommate were just so excited for every Monday because we wanted to see the new Homestar Runner, and and we would watch it like a bunch of times and then just be quoting it endlessly. I mean, it was magical and really was for me like the chief inspiration behind what I do today. Like, no, I'm not making something, fictional. I haven't made like my own cartoon world. I tried to sort of figure that out at a time. But, they were content creators making the videos they wanted to make, even though it was Flash animation. They were making the content they wanted to make, and making a living doing it before YouTube. And that when I saw what they were doing, that was like the first time in my life where I clearly felt like I had a dream. Like I was like, I want to do what they're doing.
Is this the way that I came from?
But there was no model for that at the time.
It's like, this is like really easy to get lost. Yes, that's where I came in. Okay. I think. Yes.
There was a 13 reals from Guilherme Sousa.
Oh, thank you.
And happy Halloween from a Bolsonaro-free Brazil, guys. Nothing better than celebrating tonight with some retro-inspired video games that seem to have barely made it through copyright laws. I don't know if this game, I would say, barely made it through copyright laws. I mean, it definitely has its inspirations, but it seems pretty original with its characters.
It's good to know that the hopefully the rainforest will stop being burned down now. But thank you.
So wait, did you already go through this?
I'm trying to figure out where I'm supposed to be going.
Something?
It's like I'm just kind of lost, I guess.
This actually does remind me of the beginning of Maximo 2, where there is like you're in like a burning house.
Yes, yeah, or the house in the village and stuff.
Oh, and I missed 9 minutes ago. Sorry about that. From our good friend Jonathan Henson. Thank you.
Thank you.
Saying happy Halloween, bros. Mr. Aluminum Case and snacks adapter is getting delivered tomorrow.
Oh, I gotta order one of them snacks.
What's snacks?
The snacks is like the PlayStation one.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That uses that has like the memory cards and stuff.
Yes.
That's pretty awesome. Yes.
Snacks. Yeah, the new cases did a red one, which looks pretty cool. I'm not sure if the black is like blacker than the previous ones. And it doesn't say Mr. on the top anymore. It just like is doesn't have the logo on the top, but he has the Mr. add-on his logo on the side.
Desmond Kramer says, having played through this twice, it very effectively recreates this kind of PS/PS2 era actioner, warts and all.
Yeah,
appreciation
that's
for
cool.
something like Jersey Devil, this hits the spot. Oh yeah, Jersey Devil.
That's PlayStation.
I know that as a game, but I can't visualize it in my head.
If the game is too long, let me know. Or too loud, let me know.
How long is it, by the way?
It doesn't seem like it has like a lot of levels. I think it only has like 7 levels or something.
Mm-hmm.
But the levels seem pretty lengthy too.
Yeah. No, Madanachi, he says it is a little loud.
I'm going down a little bit. That's fine. That's fine. So there's I didn't watch the Digital Foundry video on Bayonetta yet. Did you watch that yet or no?
Mm-hmm. What is your impression without knowledge of that?
I mean, there's a lot going on. It looks like lower resolution just overall.
Mm-hmm.
But in the heat of the moment, like I don't even notice any issues. Mm-hmm. The only probably the weirdest thing about it is the transparencies. And you know what? I kind of like them.
it's a very Sega Saturn look.
Yeah, but it doesn't bother me. I kind of think it's kind of neat looking. Because,
but John commented that the game really relishes on fighting large monsters instead of smaller enemies. And the camera spends so much time inside them, and you got the dither effect all over the place.
See, I'm not noticing that at all. And like when I talked to John about it, I said, the thing I didn't like about the second one is it was like so boss battle heavy. And he's like, oh, you're like, oh, hey, you scared me. What's up?
Good night.
Good night. I'll see you in the morning, okay?
Why are you wearing this?
Because tomorrow's Halloween.
Oh.
You scared me. I didn't realize that
you want some pumpkin seeds?
No, I can't eat after 7. Remember?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to wake up early and eat them before I do.
No, I'll eat them when you're already at school.
Fair enough.
Mm-hmm. All right, good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Why are your lights different?
Because I'm trying to make it pumpkin themed.
Make them all orange.
The orange doesn't look very good in lighting, unfortunately.
Well, make them orange and white.
Okay, well I'm not gonna mess around with it.
Black.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, bye.
Bye. I didn't even hear her coming in, sneaking up on me.
But
see, I was saying, I asked John, like, oh, is it like the second one where there's like a lot of boss battles? And there is, but I feel like it's pretty evenly split in between boss battles and like regular fights. And I felt like the second one had entire levels that were just boss battles, like long boss battles.
That at all.
What?
I don't remember that at all.
I mean, that's what I remember is like, oh, it's just like a whole level that's like really just an extended boss battle. But, I feel like this has a pretty good mix of not just being boss battles.
Yeah.
It's I don't know. Like, I haven't noticed anything where the camera is like inside of stuff too much. But maybe like that's why I wanted to, like not watch the video before I played it, because I don't want to think about that stuff.
Do you want me to not say anything else about what's in the video, or do you?
Well, no, I don't. Like, I'll. No, I mean technical aspects about it. No.
Like, do you want me to tell you what the frame rate is like?
No, I mean I don't like. Listen, whatever it is, and like I'm sure it's not like the smoothest thing ever. But not. Like in the heat of the moment, right. I'm not noticing it because
I've seen that there's a lot. For some reason, this game has like brought up a lot of criticism, surrounding like, DF's just being tech snobs or whatever. And John is like, the game is good, but it has issues. Like,
I'm not going to say that it doesn't have issues,
but the game is good. Like, John never said the game is not good, but some people get upset. Like, it's like, oh, well, why are you even talking about these things? Because they don't matter. The game, you're just saying bad things about the game. It's like, but we have data.
Yeah,
there are graphs.
Exactly.
Jack and his companions of
it can be whatever it is, but it's not going to affect my enjoyment of the game whatsoever.
Exactly, and
that's how I feel about like most stuff.
Yeah. Well, it's same with me. Like, even when heck, a lot of people are like, oh gosh, don't tell those MLiG guys that I'm using composite video. And it's like, dude, I think composite video, the texture of composite video is kind of interesting.
Oh, I got no
Now, do I hook up my main systems that way? No, but every once in a while, I like to look at a game in composite video.
And we're not going to sit there and say like you're playing this wrong, buddy.
Yeah,
you better get.
I can play in composite video. Look, guys. I did like that Final Fantasy 14 video for Digital Foundry. I played the PS4 and PS4 Pro version of that for years, and it runs not great at all. Like, do I wish it could be better? Sure. And when I made the video, I'm going, show, what shortcomings are, but I can soldier through some bad frame rates. I grew up on N64, guys. Like N64 set me is being pretty good with bad frame rates for life. It's actually a good way to have grown up. Let me tell you what, because you can not be that bothered by frame rate stuff, but better frame rates, consistency, like
it's nice when it happens.
It's nice when it happens. It's nice when it happens. But it's not going to
ruin a game for me.
And I enjoy, in some of the work we've done with Digital Foundry, I've enjoyed that process of analyzing that stuff. But, I just, possibly even tomorrow, Digital Foundry patrons, and we may be able to release to our patrons. I'm not sure.
I'm sure we'll be able to. If we were doing Clonoma, and you did a lot more for this than I did for Clonoma.
Yeah, the Final Fantasy 13 video. So I, spent a ton of time analyzing the performance of Final Fantasy 13-2 and Lightning Returns, which are highly flawed in performance and all sorts of technical aspects. I love those games, especially Lightning Returns, which is the most technically flawed of them all. But I love that game. And do I wish it ran better on most systems? Yes. But it ultimately, I still like the game. Like, I will be, I'm making some nitpicks here and there, but, I think some people just like, of course, the difference too is we're analyzing these very old games. No one has buyer's remorse over them. Or no one is feels like they have to like defend the, $60 that they just spent, right?
Yeah.
So it's different analyzing old games. Yes, these are very flawed. They're running well into the 20s a lot of the time, but I still like the games a lot. That's fine. Now, but the thing is, like, a lot of people say, like, oh, graphics don't matter, frame rates don't matter, blah, 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 blah. It's like, well, but they do add up to a greater whole.
Like when they're good, it's like you appreciate it, but I'm not going to. It's not like I appreciate it when it's there, but I'm not going to. Notice it when it's not there. I'm not going to care about it when it's not there, I guess.
Yeah.
I'll appreciate it when it's there, but it won't ruin the game for me not being there. I guess. Is that a good way to put it? I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And, I don't feel like the game is like attacking ankles all the time. Like, based on what I played so far, like, I don't feel like that's not the experience that I have noticed. What I feel like is it feels like there's a lot of content there that, like, I need to get better at, and I will be going back and revisiting, like, really, like, large and long levels. Let's see.
Armanato, Bayonetta 2 targets 60 frames per second. I'm not sure about Switch. I think it does better on Switch than Wii U, but it definitely, all of the games target 60 frames per second. In fact, I'm not even sure if there is a Platinum game that doesn't target 60 frames per second. Well, no, Vanquish targets 30. But almost all Platinum games target 60. They just don't always hit it.
Yeah.
Which, it's... Something that's strange to me, though, is, like, developers used to be able to target 60 frames per second on, hardware as powerful as or weaker than the Switch. And it just seems that like software development tools start evolving beyond the point where they can go back to that tier of hardware, and they just like, hey guys, instead of using, you know, physically based rendering or ambient occlusion or, you know, whatever other techniques, why can't we just use the techniques that we used back when you could successfully get 60 frames per second on this kind of hardware? Like, I don't totally understand why they can't just like build the game with that in mind. It seems rare that they actually succeed in doing that when presented with lower spec hardware. And I wish I would still prefer them to target that. Like, if they could target that consistency, even if it means some concessions in the graphics here and there, I think that would be the way to go. But if they don't succeed at that, it's still not going to ruin the game. Oh yeah, that's true. Astral Chain, they also targeted 30 for Astral Chain. But John's argument was he thinks Bayonetta 3 should be capped at 30 frames per second. And a number of sequences actually are capped at 30 frames per second, and he kind of thinks the whole game should be.
Well, it is what it is. I'm really liking it, and like I'm not gonna think about like what it's
yeah. I mean,
what it's not doing. Like I'm not gonna think about that. Like it just doesn't like it's not going to change my enjoyment of the game whatsoever.
Well, and that's how it should be. I mean, you know, that's how it should be. I mean, the point of Digital Foundry videos is not to make you enjoy a game less.
Right.
It's not what it's supposed to be. A lot of people take it that way, though. A lot of people think Digital Foundry is about console wars and stuff like that, and those people don't know what Digital Foundry is about.
Jump. Got some minecarts here.
Is this level 2 you're on?
Yeah. You know, my son, we went to the Cub Scout Spookery last night.
Spookery, okay.
Yeah, and it was kind of cool, but like everyone got to dress up in their costumes, and I heard one guy. My son was dressed up as the Master Chief, right? And someone was just like said to his kids like, "Oh, check it out! He's dressed up like Halo." and I like now I'm like obsessed with the idea of like you know like a Zelda type thing, you know, like Link being like, but now like Master Chief's his name is Halo.
Yeah. or why can't Metroid crawl?
Yeah. Samus is Metroid.
Like that's like a stock internet meme, like everyday interaction type thing, and you experience it in real life.
Yeah.
Was that a new costume, or did you have like a collector's edition like helmet or something?
No. It's like a
game.
He got it like specifically for this. We actually have two helmets because he like really wanted these gloves. And we had to like, the only way to get gloves was to like buy this other, it's so dumb. It's so dumb. Like, I don't even understand how this happened, right? So if you want to like get the glove, like the Master Chief gloves, they have a costume that just comes with the helmet and gloves. And like who's going to use that, right? Like, it's like essentially saying, oh, you got to buy two costumes if you want to get the whole thing. But you're going to be stuck with two helmets for whatever reason.
You know, that reminds me, you know, Drum and I are going to be starting Halo 3 potentially any week here.
Well, you let me know if you want.
Can you make the commitment to like play for entire Monday streams?
Probably, yeah. I mean, we can beat it in a couple weeks.
Yeah, I want to say Halo 2 was 2 weeks for us.
Yeah.
So it might just be 2 weeks.
I mean, it'll be cool. I've never played all the way through it on the Master Chief Collection, so that'll be good. So I can get some achievements while I'm at it.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so tomorrow, if anyone is interested in watching tomorrow on the Backloggery stream, that's twitch.tv/Backloggery, Drum and I are going to be playing The Quarry all day, starting at noon Eastern time. And
you beat it.
Even if it takes past midnight, we're gonna do everything we can to beat it in one sitting, basically.
That's cool.
So I've made did I show you the layout I made for it?
Mm-mm.
Oh, I think it's pretty fun. I made, in fact, maybe I could show, I could probably show here actually. So I booted up the game, and it's like the title screen has this like an old computer CRT and a PVM sitting on top of a VCR next to it.
Wait, the title screen does?
Yeah.
Oh.
So I was like, oh, maybe I can work this like PVM aesthetic into
he was
the
on purpose.
I was thinking maybe I could work the PVM aesthetic into the layout, because what I did when we played, because what we've done on Halloween the past 3 years has been play the Supermassive Games Dark Pictures anthology games.
Right. So did one not come out this year?
It's not. I think it's coming out in like November or something. Like all the others came out like in October before.
But this next one's supposed to be the last one, right? Or the last one of this, like
the first season,
or
something.
I will definitely get those when they have like the inevitable compilation.
Yeah. But the Quarry is like supposedly like a much more in-depth, larger Until Dawn style.
Right.
So that's why we're starting this one so much earlier, because we started those like 5 or 6 p.m. Because they're shorter.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, last year what I did was I took screenshots of all the characters from the character select screen, and let's see here, and I just like I then made like red versions that we could replace them with, like if the character died.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So but what I did this time was I took our PVM image that we use for for our streams here, right? And hang on, let me. And so I made versions. Let's see if I can just drop them into my OBS window that I'm sending you now. There we go. So I've made these, and they're all. So they're going to be all lined up at the bottom. I've got all the different characters. I've got them cool. The PVMs are like all sized so that they can they all fit the full bottom of the screen. And then I also made these little bloody strips of tape that will divide up so you can see which characters are mine and which are drums. And then if a character dies, then we've got
you can't really see it that well, but
here's the strip of tape, so I can we can put our different character the different characters that each of us has, and then when a character dies, we can replace it with the bloody skull and crossbones. I also made another version where there's like a yellow sticky note stuck on the PVM if the status of the character is unknown. Because sometimes that comes up in these games too, where it's like, oh, they look like they died, but maybe they didn't. You know?
Yeah.
So,
that's cool. I mean, I'll definitely watch them, but I obviously haven't played the game yet. And I do want to.
Yeah.
But, you know, I tuned in to when you guys did Until Dawn. Like, I didn't watch the whole thing, but I, like, watched, you know, enough to, like, have, like, the twist spoiled, which is fine. It's just fine. Like, it's not really fair for me to be like, you know.
No, I mean, the outcomes of the game can be so different depending on how you play it.
Right. I'm doing this right.
But anyway, so
well, that'll be fun.
I've been looking forward to it all week. We're going to just be playing that and eating pizza, and it's going to be good.
You know, I said last week that you know I was going to play through Tormented Souls, and I did. I played through it.
Oh, you did? Yeah. How was it?
It was pretty good.
Yeah,
pretty good, man. The voice acting is like so bad, I tried
bad. The demo. It's really bad, and like the presentation of the cutscenes is very awkward.
Yes, because the graphics are really good, but the characters look like bad in cutscenes.
Yeah.
I'm glad that I didn't. I'm glad I didn't stream it because it like opens up with like full frontal nudity.
Oh yeah. You know, I was
not expecting that at all.
Yeah, when I realized I was having Xbox capture issues, I was like, okay, what am I going to play instead? And I settled on Fatal Frame 3. But I briefly thought about doing Tormented Souls, and I was like, ooh, I don't know.
But that's like the only time it happened.
I remembered that from the demo. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that part, that's like in the demo?
It's in the demo, yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
But you know, like it's interesting. It was pretty good. It was.
I mean, it's clearly a very budget game, but
yeah, but you know the way
it fits the style. I think.
Yes. Yeah, and you know there's definitely some creepy parts. You know, there's like these specific enemies like towards the end of the game that are really scary, and the way that the game uses darkness makes those enemies like really creepy.
So how long would you say it was?
So it took me 10 hours.
Okay, well that's not bad at all.
No. And I did have to like look up some solutions to some puzzles. So I mean, I'm sure if I didn't know, like it probably would have taken me longer. But I used like a notebook and stuff like that to take as many notes as I could. But then eventually I got to a point where I was like, okay, so if I wanted to finish it before Bayonetta, obviously.
Yes.
And I did. I finished it on Friday by playing like in the morning. I finished it like in the morning.
That's cool.
But there's a couple of puzzles that like I didn't understand what it was trying. Like when I tried to figure out the puzzles, like I just couldn't figure out what it was trying to tell me with the clues, I guess. And when I did look up the solutions, I was like, oh, I didn't even like I would never even I wasn't even close. You know what I mean? So. It was decently good though. I mean,
Well, that makes me more excited to get around to it myself.
Yeah, and it's nice. There's no real like explanation for stuff. It's not like bioweapons or anything like that. It's just like supernatural stuff. It was cool.
Man, I'm looking at Madonna Sheehy in the chat here says that I had a triple feature yesterday of the original Nightmare on Elm Street, Critters, and Houseu, which is kind of an amazing lineup.
Wait, Houseu?
Have you ever heard of Houseu? It is.
I assume that's like a Japanese version of House.
It's a Japanese horror movie, and it is one of the strangest things I've ever seen in my life.
Okay, but it's not like it's not the movie House.
No.
Okay.
Which is also a very strange movie.
And no, good. And like that's House is definitely one of those movies that I saw a bunch as a kid, and it is definitely weird.
Have you ever seen House 2?
I may have watched it, but I don't remember anything about it. And I do recall it being like real, not like a retread, right? It was not.
No, I don't remember that much about it because when I watched it, it was actually following a 24-hour backloggery stream.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like.
But you watched it during a stream? You watched it during
No. It was after a marathon.
Oh, okay.
24-hour marathon stream, but I didn't want to go to bed. So I took a shower and I watched House 2, and that was that state of mind was maybe the best state of mind that you could have watching House 2. It was very strange. But no, Houseu is like, it is so weird and it was not what I expected when I first saw it. It's like the beginning is like so bright and happy and like has these like almost like cartoonish, like almost like TV commercial like sets. And it's really strange. And then it gets so bizarre, but it's like bizarre in a way that just like it's very charming and kind of sticks with you. If I remember correctly, I think one of the girls in it, like I want to say did they call her? Am I remembering right that they call one of the girls like her name is like Kung Fu, and she is pretty awesome. She's like kicking stuff. She didn't make it though.
Yeah, it's always like the cool ones that don't make it. I like it when like characters are like it always happens, I guess. Whenever you get a character that's awesome and like kind of kicks the bad guys, the villain's butt for a little while, but then they always, I always love that part in Jason Takes Manhattan, where the boxer guy like almost like knocks Jason like off of the top of the building. He like beats him up and he's like almost knocks him back. And then Jason like punches his head off. And that happened in Jason X also. Like there's the android that like just like wastes him, right? Like shoots him up and blows him up.
Oh, it's been so long since I've seen Jason X.
Yeah.
But man, have you ever watched all the Critters movies?
No, only the first one.
The second one is like shockingly good.
Yeah.
Like it actually like is a really good follow-up and is like it's really funny in the right ways. Oh, like there is this moment in Critters 2 where it like takes place around Easter.
Mm-hmm.
And there's this guy like getting into an Easter bunny costume, and it's like the funniest thing I've ever seen because you like like you have this moment of revelation of like, oh my gosh, I know what this is leading up to. And like, boy, when the critters happen, they sure happen. Oh man. Yeah, Critters 3 has like a bizarrely young Leonardo DiCaprio in it. It's very strange. Then Critters 4 is the in space one.
Oh.
Which I didn't hate. But 1 and 2 are definitely the best. Critters 1 and 2 are shockingly good.
Oh, good. If I die, some spawn back there.
That's true. Gremlins is a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
Critters 2 is an Easter.
Where am I going here? So I should have my Genesis 2 should be arriving tomorrow.
Genesis 2 Mini. Or Genesis Mini 2.
What?
You already have a Genesis 2.
Yeah, Genesis 2 Mini, yeah.
Mini.
The miniature. Yeah. If I had it today, I would have streamed it.
Yeah. Well, do you want to stream it next week, or you're making it?
I'm gonna try to do like a quick video on it, but I'm gonna do something a little different. With the
casual multi-format video.
Yes, where I'm gonna do, like I kind of do like a quick like overview of it, like a scripted bit. And then I'm gonna try to do like a unscripted unboxing, and then I might get some people to join me on like where I just like play a bunch of like random games and we talk about them. And then I might get somebody else to kind of talk about like here's like a couple of things. Here's what our favorite parts are about it. Like kind of review it, I guess. So I'm gonna try to do that as quickly as I can. But I've been thinking a lot about how, like, I want to experiment with like different formats within the same video.
Mm-hmm.
Keeps it interesting and, you know, like constantly moving. What am I looking for here? I need to get up to there. But I mean, a lot of people have it already. It's, I guess, there's a lot of baggage, I guess, with it this time because, you know, like you didn't hear about Rieko Kodama until like I mentioned it to you.
I didn't hear about it until you told me about it.
Yeah, it's really, I was like really upset about it because, you know, like I said to you, I said that, you know, she probably had a bigger effect on me liking video games to like the level in which I do.
Well, I mean,
than
be
like
the
equivalent.
Be the equivalent of what, like, you know, most people would feel if, you know, Miyamoto died. You know?
Yes, exactly. And you know, it's. I understand, you know, like why they kept it quiet. And, you know, thinking of if she died in May, and the Genesis Mini 2 was announced in at the end of June. Like, I wonder how much, like, if they were even planning on it before they happened.
Oh, I'm sure. I mean,
but probably not to like. I mean, probably not to the extent in which they like of the stuff that it has on it.
I mean, yes. I mean, probably.
Like, I wonder if they
probably planning, but it probably had a impact on the software development side.
Yeah,
just in terms of the mindset that they took to, I guess maybe curating the games, and also obviously it has a tribute to her in the credits.
Right. So, yeah.
I mean that's crazy. I mean,
it's really, really.
I know. I mean, she was like not.
She is 59.
Like, well, actually, she was 58.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, early reports I think said 59, but she was actually 58, and that made me think. I mean, can you believe that when you played Phantasy Star 1 and that game had like such an impact on you? Like, she was only like 15 years or so older than you.
I know.
And look what she accomplished, at that point in her career. Like, that's crazy to think about. I mean, she was obviously, having a big impact at Sega, very young.
Yes. I know. I mean, and she is 58. I mean, I'm going to be 44 in December. And yeah, I mean, it's crazy to think that she's only 15 years older than me, and that, she was only a teenager when I was born. Like, it's just it's one of those things where, people always seem like they're so much older than you are. But as you get older, it's like, wow, that's not that.
I know, the weird thing for me has been throughout my life, I've been so used to
Did it just... How far back did it send me? Did it just send me super far, far back? Maybe not.
But my whole life I've been used to most people being older than me, right? And eventually you realize whoa, wait, when I see parents with really little kids, the probability that they're younger than me is really high. And that's weird. It's dude, how do you people think you're even ready for that? I could never get myself in a mindset where I would think I am ready to deal with kids. And then yet here's these people younger than me, somehow going for it. It's how?
Well, most people are not truly ready. You can't possibly be ready.
Well, yeah, you can't be ready, I'm sure. But they sure do it.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, so if she is, 15 years older than me, I mean, since she was 26 when, 26, because, well, no, I mean, I guess I was 10, so she was 25, when I played Phantasy Star.
Right.
I mean, so she was making it when she was 24. It's just it's crazy. And it's I mean, this her death is that has affected me a lot more than most other
usual celebrity death.
Yes. It's really sad.
Yeah, probably the one that ate away at me the most was WADA.
Well, yeah, for sure. I mean, this is on that level for me, I guess.
Mm-hmm. You didn't get to this fight before, right?
What's that?
You didn't get to this fight before, right?
No. Nope.
It's got some Final Fantasy 14 style round tells. Something else I played not that long ago had those.
Yeah.
Did both of us play something like that recently?
Yes. What was it? I don't remember what it was. But yes, I definitely seen it.
I'm sure that's not something that Final Fantasy 14 invented, but I feel like I've seen that technique used in games in recent years, and I feel like it may be popularized. There was something. Gosh, what was it?
I don't remember. But yeah, so I'll try to do the Genesis Mini episode like relatively quickly, which is good because I'm working on that. So like I opened up and I'm like back into like doing the EGM documentary, and I think that I can finish it like fairly painlessly, I think, now that I'm looking at it, because like I'm gonna do something different with it instead of like trying to like rethink it and try to make it some this big thing. Is I'm going to try to make it. It's just gonna be like very minimal VO. It's just gonna be sound bites like edited together, and I'm breaking all the interviews into like subjects, and then I'll like edit those down.
Wait, interviews?
The EGM stuff.
What are we talking about? Oh, are you talking about EGM?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You changed gears. I thought you were still talking about the Sega video.
No. So what I did is like I opened up the EGM stuff because I've been talking to Joe about it a lot, and I was like, instead of like trying to like think about it being this big thing, I'm just going to take the interviews and I'm going to edit them together with like minimal VO.
Yeah.
Come on, how like I'm wondering if I've like glitched it or something because like the music has stopped.
Oh.
It's never a good sign. And the enemies have stopped spawning.
Back to Ryoko Kodama, I guess, what was it? Was it kind of Yuji Naka that like kind of put out like the first like
actual funeral?
And, like,
yeah.
Had like a funeral picture, which like, I don't know if that was his picture, but like, that's like actually kind of interesting to me in some ways, like if he went to the funeral. Because like, I would have he kind of seems estranged from the Sega family, basically.
Yes. Well, I'm sure that he was invited.
Or really, in some ways, like, I don't know if that's, like, common for, like, even for, like, in Japan, like, is it common for, like, co-workers to go to a funeral? I don't know.
Right.
But, like, it's definitely interesting that Yuji Naka...
I mean, I would expect him to be there.
Yeah, I mean, it just seems that there's a lot of bad blood with him these days.
For sure. For sure, but I'm not surprised that he was there, because I mean, he worked very closely with her for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if this will help push Sega into doing a remaster of Skies of Arcadia though now.
you know, I mean, more I think about it, it's so strange that they've never done that.
It's really strange.
Given how popular it is, and you know how easy if they just, I mean, if they like how easy it is to just like emulate GameCube stuff.
Yeah.
If they wanted to just use that as the base, which you know they would.
Yeah.
They might be able to replace the music files with higher quality clips.
This is like intense, but I feel like the game glitched before. Yeah, it's weird that it has not come out, and it's very surprising.
I mean, it would definitely be a hit.
Yeah. Yeah, see, it must have glitched before, because I just easily beat him there. Easily beat him.
So you got him like stuck in some weird pattern where he was like the battle wasn't progressing?
Yeah.
Huh. It's so weird that the GameCube version of Skies of Arcadia doesn't support 480p when obviously it does on the Dreamcast.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I always say that, you know, it's so weird that the GameCube version, they decided they wanted to put it all on one disc. So, like, the sound quality, the music quality is, like, you know, it's very obviously lower quality.
Oh, we got a $2 super chat from Brent McLean asking, I forgot all about this. Hey, Coury, did you ever finish Fata Morgana?
I didn't.
Yeah.
I've thought a lot about going back to it. I mean, I feel like I could easily pick it up and do it. I mean, maybe after Bayonetta, I'll consider it, but I don't know. It's just always making me fall asleep.
Oh, so last night, so I had set aside some money that because I've wanted to get a new AV receiver so that I can, you know, actually use like 120 hertz and VRR on my TV.
Yeah.
And but there like haven't been new AV receivers for like 2 years. And
Right. Well, there has been, but they have not. Like they had issues with 2.1.
Well, there were issues with the first ones that released in 2020.
Yeah.
And then a lot of those got either fixes or they actually like later manufactured units were fixed. But those basically served as the 2021 models. Like they weren't updated in any way other than like the bugs were fixed. Well, I just found out last night. Well, it was kind of funny why I started looking into this. Because, you know, we kind of did a little bit of a Mr. exchange with Bob.
Yeah.
And he sent us, you know, we sent him some that we had, and he sent us some updated ones.
Retro Castle.
He had, and
Retro Castle.
The Retro Castle. So the Retro Castle, I was like, why am I not getting analog audio out?
Mm-hmm.
And you can, but it requires flipping a dip switch internally.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize it's all the analog out port is also a mini fiber audio output.
Right.
And Bob tested it and it worked.
Mm-hmm.
And I was getting like, so I tested it. I'm like, okay, it works, but I need a longer cable, longer mini to full size fiber cable. So I have this. Actually, it's right behind me because I took it out of my setup. I bought this. Like something like 2 years ago for my PVM setup. This is like a tube amp.
Yeah.
And it was the most affordable thing I could find that would drive 2 speakers and also have the inputs I would need for getting my SCART systems and component systems.
Zane's dad says it looks like a torture device, and it kind of does. It looks like something you'd see in Saw.
And it's also got digital audio inputs.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's this tube amp. Like, I'm not like a super audiophile or anything, so I don't, the tube aspect of it isn't necessarily part of the appeal. I mostly got it just because it was relatively affordable. It was a lot cheaper than getting like, a full-blown AV receiver, and I thought that was so overkill for my PVM setup. I didn't need that. So this seemed like the most affordable thing, but I knew I would ultimately probably eventually replace it with my current AV receiver downstairs once I got a proper HDMI 2.1 receiver. But I didn't know when that would happen. And I don't know, I'll figure out some use for this. But the thing is, when I went to plug in the fiber cable, when I got the longer cable, the little door that covers the fiber flap,
it broke.
It broke, and it won't fit into place without it.
Can you use tweezers to get it out or anything?
No, I mean, the door broke when I was trying to plug in the cable, and the cable won't stay in place without, or there might be something more broken about it that it won't hold in place. It won't hold. But anyway, that made me look at receivers again. Because actually recently I'd been looking at like, well, maybe instead of a receiver, maybe I'll spend that money on building a computer.
Yeah.
That kind of crossed my mind. And so I've been, those been on my mind. I set aside that money. I'm like, I want to have it there in case I really want a receiver. Mm-hmm. But if I'm also kind of leaving it there just like, in case I come up with a better idea. But I looked at receivers, and I discovered that Denon's new receivers released like a few weeks ago.
Oh, cool.
So I'm like, oh, okay, well, now's the time. So I ordered for, I can pick it up at Best Buy this week, because I guess, it's not the kind of thing that like good AV receivers, like even the more mid-range, this isn't like by any means the high-end one. This is like the mid-range one. Like the most affordable model that has 3 outputs, monitor 1, monitor 2, and zone 2.
Yeah.
That's what I need. It's kind of a mid-ish range one, but still, not cheap.
Yeah.
But anyway,
the ones that we got, I didn't.
You got a crazy deal on yours.
It was like 600, I think. 650 maybe.
But anyway, most Best Buys have very few AV receivers, because it's most people just don't care. That's just, most people are happy with the sound bar or not even.
Well, I bet you can't wait till you find out that it adds lag to anything that's
Oh gosh.
Going through it.
Surely not. Surely not. I mean, John has a 2020 model with the fix, and he's got Marantz, but Marantz and Denton are the same. But anyway, so hopefully not. But so yeah, it released, and so hopefully that performs as it should, and I can move the existing one up here, which will also make routing capture devices for my PVM setup and whatnot easier as well. Plus, it will let me fix a balance issue that I have with that two-band. Because I can't set volume levels separately, and I think it's mostly the shape of the room makes it so that the center of the sound stage feels like it's a good ways further left than it should be.
Mm-hmm.
And but with the proper AV receivers, you can set volume levels per channel separately. So I'll be able to do that and balance the volume so that the center actually feels centered to the main seat. So that I've been looking forward to doing this. This has always been the plan, but I was just like, man, I don't want to buy like a 2020 AV receiver model.
No,
when they took a whole year off of making new models anyway.
Yeah.
But I figured the new ones would come out in the spring. I didn't know that.
You never know. Like, I know that at least your downstairs is like where it's going to be going is like mainly focused on like modern stuff. So like it shouldn't hopefully have any effect on it. But I don't know. I saw that like, you and Ace in the Discord were talking about like how all these other TVs now are showing like, oh, they've had lag when something's 4.3 for like a couple of years now. And now I'm like, oh man, like I don't like that's kind of nerve-wracking. And I know that
hopefully it's not gonna be a problem. I wouldn't expect that if you don't have any processing turned on the AV receiver.
Yeah, but
well, if it is,
that's the thing. It's like it's like it's getting to be so hard that like you don't even know like. Well,
if it is a problem, then
like this kind of stuff in mind,
I'll exchange it for the previous year's model. The current ones being sold should be fixed, but you need to buy a like $200 dongle to add additional.
Right. That's like
2.1 inputs, which if it's compatible with what the current one, I may consider buying that anyway. Even though all the inputs are, 8K capable, which, I mean, they call them 8K capable, but I'm not worried about 8K. I'm worried about 4K.
Well, I mean, it's like, it can say that, but it'll be like only compatible with like the very first ones. You know what I mean? It will like, the standard could change at some point, and it won't be capable of like handling.
But anyway, so hopefully that will work. But I will, I'll do my time sleuth tests before I move the other one upstairs. But I am excited that I'll actually be able to use my TV's new features without having to like I did buy like a proper ultra high speed cable that I can just plug into the spare port on my TV, and I can just plug that directly into PS5 or Xbox Series X if I need to. But the reality is I don't use it because it's just like, well, I'll just not use this feature and play without it, because it's like such a hassle, and I don't want to be unplugging stuff all the time.
Yeah.
So, having this in the receiver will actually make those features enticing to use.
There's a couple. There's been like 2 donations and one member.
Oh yes. So sorry about that. I got carried away with my AV receiver talk, and there was a notification that Joshua Helmke has been a member for 37 months in a row.
37.
That's is that like the largest number of months we've seen on here? That's a lot of months.
It's up there.
Saying, hey Coury, did you ever finish that one game called Prism?
I didn't. Sorry.
You know, Joshua Helmke, last time Audie was here back in I think it was July, I got him to buy Prism. The Dark Unicorn Chapter 1 or whatever
that's
it's
surprising.
called.
I mean, why?
He had never heard of it. Like, you would have thought, like, Audie would have known all about it, right?
Yeah, but I'm just like, why?
I got him to buy it because Audie collects bad games.
This guy's gonna be the boss,
So,
I think.
I was. You should be very excited that I got Audie to buy it, and it's all thanks to you. You can take credit for that one. And there was also a $2 super chat from Potbelly Punch. Thank you.
Thank you.
Saying, test the Genesis Mini 2 controller on Mister. Oh, now is it coming with a 6 button?
Yes.
Okay. That's
you pre-ordered it, didn't you?
Oh, I did. I don't know. I honestly don't.
I'm surprised you didn't get yours. Because I'm surprised yours hasn't come yet. Because people from Amazon have been getting it.
Really?
I mean, that Joe got his from Amazon. It came after 2 days. You still have your pre-order? Have you? Did it say take a shroom?
Sega Genesis Mini 2. It says it's arriving November 16th.
That's weird.
Apparently it's shipped though. Like the tracking number is weird. Like it says ESNRT. I don't know what the. Oh, it's shipping from Chiba.
Yes, yeah. But I mean, you're gonna be. You'll probably get it like when I'm still like working on the video, so maybe you can help out even. We can get it done.
Yeah, I mean, maybe I'll get here quicker than it's.
Maybe you'll get it tomorrow.
Yeah, it appears to be shipped. So.
Yeah, I mean, you very well could get it tomorrow. Like I know that like Joe.
I don't know about that. I mean, let me check the update.
I don't know. You never know because like Joe got. Okay, then you'll probably get it in the next 2 days or something. Like Joe's shipped, and he's like, it came on Friday. It came like Amazon Japan stuff comes super quick.
It does, but this is Amazon, not Amazon Japan.
Yeah, but like I said, he got his. It shipped and then it arrived like super quick.
Okay, well,
so if it's shipped, I bet you get it on Tuesday.
Well, it shipped from Chiba sometime today, although it could have been
yesterday.
Really.
I mean, you could get it tomorrow.
Really yesterday, because I assume that time is based on Japan time. And then we'll see, it's already updated on Monday, October 31st at 4:26 a.m. And it's just got something written in Japanese, but it's still in Japan. There was also a notification that Kitty Ears has been a member for 32 months. That's pretty dang close to 37. Saying, dang, 32 months. Keep making videos about stuff you like, guys. It's been great. Well, thank you. I mean, that's, that I think needs to be our mantra so that we don't get so intimidated about making stuff sometimes.
Yeah. But, I mean, a big thing for me is
just
also...
like we did with the Sega Ages. You just wanted to.
Yeah. But, like, I'm done, like, being like, oh, this is going to be... Like, this needs to be... like, I'll do everything I can for an episode, but I'm not going to not do it because I don't have some piece of the puzzle. You know what I mean? Like, I just...
Yeah, exactly. No things that I got the Brent McLean one. The Coury said he did not finish Fata Morgana. I see a few people saying that some analog pockets are preparing for shipping. So I honestly was like not paying that much attention when they announced that. I guess they're making like one last batch of Super NT and Mega SG, huh?
Yeah, those went up for pre-order the other day.
It's like kind of crazy to me that they're committing to this being like the end of that. I guess they feel that they've exhausted the market for it.
Well, I mean, maybe, but also like, I wonder if there's like anything else to it. Like, maybe they're working on something else. Maybe,
but I mean, they're I know shipping is expensive and everything from analog, but I mean, they're relatively affordable products for.
Yeah, I mean, the devices themselves are totally affordable. I mean, shipping is like usually like the main thing that people.
Although
I don't think that anybody I don't think that anybody complains about the prices of the actual devices.
No,
it's only the shipping that people complain about.
Did the prices stay the same though for Mega SG and Super NT?
I think so. Yeah, they're like $200. I think.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think there were like $190 maybe, if I remember correctly. But I don't remember for sure. But I never looked at about the new stuff. But I mean, it's definitely interesting. There was just now a $9.99 super chat from Sean Quinn. Thank you.
Thank you.
Saying, Coury, please give me a list of other games you haven't completed that you have no excuse for. No excuse.
Well, I mean, there's no excuse for me not having finished that Flynn Son of Crimson that I streamed most of. I'm like most of the way through it. Trying to finish that before the end of the year.
Which game was that?
Flynn Son of Crimson.
Yeah, but I'm having a hard time visualizing it.
Well, yeah, I mean,
it didn't leave an impression, I guess.
Yeah. I don't know. I streamed it a long time ago, and I'm most of the way through it. But
what system was it for?
It was a Switch game. It was from Super Rare.
Was it a 2D platformer?
Yeah. Kind of.
Gosh. That left no impression. I cannot visualize what that looked like at all. Super Rare just had that Grapple Dog go up the other day.
Yeah, I ordered
Grapple Dog. Which looks super good. I wonder if it's still... People should look that up if it's still in stock. Oh yeah, they've got 27% stock left on Grapple Dog.
Grapple Dog.
Y'all should look up Grapple Dog. I believe that was actually maybe the first game that Super Rare actually funded to.
I think so. Yeah.
Be created and published, and they published the digital version of that earlier this year. And I've been anticipating the physical release because it looks really good. Look up a trailer of it. It basically looks like kind of like a high-res GBA game. It's just like the art style, the style of the outlines and the color scheme used. It feels very, very GBA era to me, but high-res, and it looks really fun. Super Rare has been on a little bit of a... They've been getting a little bit of my business lately because they had all of the Shinen, however you say it.
Yeah.
Fast RMX and the Tourist, which I've been looking forward to, and Grapple Dog. I'll probably, if Grapple Dog arrives by next Sunday, I might stream that or the Tourist, one of those probably.
You little grapple dog. You little grapple dog, you.
That video of Sophia and Nelly was really funny. Didn't play at the start of the stream. But, I think we were talking about it before you actually put us live.
Right.
I was saying I was surprised that it was Sophia that initiated.
Oh, don't be surprised. That's like what happens all the time.
But do you think is Sophia like wanting to play, or is she just like annoyed?
She just like I think it's like it's a combination of both. She wants to play when it's like on her terms, and it's so obnoxious. Like at night, like when everyone goes to bed, as soon as we turn off the lights, like Nelly's a lot of times like laying in bed with us, and as soon as the lights turn out, like Sophia just tears out of the room like as fast as she can, and she like runs through the whole house, and like immediately Nelly like jumps off the bed. They're like run after her. It's like, oh, I want to play too. Immediately, it's like it's like Sophia. She's just being a brat about it, you know. Like the exact moment that you don't want her to be like to do that is when she's gonna do it.
Luckily, Sandy understands bedtime pretty well.
Yeah,
she very willingly, goes to bed and stays quiet all night. She's never, other than like maybe like a package was delivered or something, and there was a knock at the door like really early in the morning. Like outside of that, like she's never made a noise. Not even, from the first nights I had her, like she just stayed quiet at night. Thankfully still does.
Well, Nelly stays quiet. It's just that when she's baited by Sophia. And it's really, it's just like she's just trying to get her in trouble. I mean, and we know what's happening. Nelly's not getting in trouble.
But you can't get a cat in trouble, really.
Yeah, I mean, she doesn't care.
Exactly. That's my point. There's no like getting in trouble for a cat.
Yeah. But you can like.
There's no remorse.
Yeah. What am I trying to do here? There's not enough time to get over there, so what do I gotta do to... Oh.
I've got a list of games probably that I have no excuse for having not finished yet. Let me look at what's on my... I've got a bunch of stuff on my now playing that I've started and need to finish. Bomberman 94... I do like the idea of continuing that on some December stream, because the next level is the wintry themed one. That's a good idea. Whoever had that idea last week. I need to finish Diofield Chronicle. I suspect I'm probably around halfway through that.
How long is that supposed to be? I missed your stream on it, so I don't really know anything about it.
Maybe 30 hours.
I don't know.
Well, I didn't play it for very long on the stream. I just kind of wanted to play a little of it because, Dave is an RPG and Square guy. And I just thought the game was better than I expected it to be. So I just kind of wanted to kind of show what it is. But then it was really just kind of a variety stream. Because then we went on to play like Mario Party and stuff. I started on Backloggery stream. I started Space Station Silicon Valley on the N64.
Oh, really?
Which is pretty cool, but I need to get back to it.
Yeah, is that going to be on your Are you still trying?
Oh, it's absolutely going to be on the. I mean, in some ways, that was kind of prepped for the, because I expected that to be. I kind of wanted to go ahead and play that, or at least get started on it, because I feel like that's probably one of the better games that I wanted to include in the third-party N64 video. One of the better ones that I hadn't yet played. Not one of the better ones necessarily overall, although it's certainly up there. But I expected it to be one of the better ones that I had not played. So I kind of wanted to get a little playtime with it. But I've done about my note on my backlog says about 25% of levels beat. So I need to get back to that. And I beat about half of Quake on the stream here, and I haven't gone back to it, but of course that's really good. Oh, I need to get back to Adventure Island on NES, and unfortunately, I started on a backloggery stream.
This is so, like, how complicated this is. Like, hand.
Oh, do you have to do something in a certain order?
Yeah. It's like I almost feel like I need to write it down here, because it's just I'm gonna be sitting here.
Take a video.
I'm not gonna take a video. I'll put it in my little book. This is my book, and I got my Tormented Souls stuff here. I keep on.
Oh yeah.
It's my little red, green, red. G. Red, blue, purple.
Hey, while you're sorting through that, me and Cindy are going to take a bathroom break.
Let's see if we got it here. This song. Hopefully that's like the last one of those. I gotta do that. But I bet you there's 3. I'm just skipping all the story. There's nothing. I'm sure it's compelling, but I don't really care. But I am looking forward to the Genesis Mini too. I'm wondering how the Space Harrier is. Like that's the thing I'm most excited about. Let's see what that version of Space Harrier 2 is like. kind of amazed at how long these levels are, though. Oops. That would be funny. That would be a funny box art. Chat. I can't believe that, you know, tomorrow's Halloween and it's already going to be November. That's crazy to me. Feels like it was just July. Let's do it again. All right, chat. I'm gonna focus on it for a minute. This is one of those games I'm pretty sure it does not have the option to use any of the triggers. I hate it when Switch games do that, where they force you to use like the shoulder buttons and you can't use the triggers instead, or you can't switch it to use the triggers. I mean, I know that I can change it on an OS level, and I guess that's when I first tried it, that's what I did. I changed it back for Bayonetta and didn't change it.
Coury completely missed.
What?
All that.
What?
While you were away, I was playing Spookums with the Lego Mario, and it's dead eyes in front of the webcam. I can't take credit for that. Drum did that on a Backlottery pre-stream one week. But in the right lighting, the Lego Mario does look pretty creepy.
Oh, with the like the light up eyes.
Look at my wonderful hat hair here. I do not often wear hats.
Yeah, I don't even have to worry about that. I feel like these levels are maybe just a touch too long.
Yeah.
But
That's what that was the main critique that John and I have for Final Fantasy 13. Is, you know, we feel it's actually quite good, but like the levels are maybe like 20% too long. Like they just start to wear out their welcome.
yeah.
Before going on to something new. Oh, there was a $4.99 from AK. Thank you.
Thank you.
Saying, thanks for all the great content you guys make. Your videos are the best homage to retro gaming.
Well, thank you. Thanks.
Thank you.
That means a lot.
We tried to make our videos something like that, I guess. We're finally starting to get back in the swing of things, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I'm feeling pretty good. Like, I'm excited. Like the EGM thing, I'm excited to be having that opened up again and working on it. And I mean, it's not. I'm just over having this stuff like stress me out, and I'm not gonna I'm just gonna not let that happen anymore. And what did I say? Like, someone in the in the Discord said, "Oh, I thought you said that this Sega Ages video is going to be like, whatever, like 11 through 20." I'm like, you know what? I got sick of working on it. So like, I'm just gonna like, my approach is just gonna be, I'm gonna when I'm like sick of working on a video, then that's like a good time to like call it.
Yeah, like when it gets to the point where there's like no joy. Yeah, then it's like, well, wrap it up and move on.
Yes.
Exactly. I'm working on my little thing. It's just a thing that I think that I just want to do for myself, but I think people will maybe think it's a nostalgic sort of story, I guess, that I want to tell. Just kind of take them on a journey back through what things were like in the early 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I after that, I really need to focus on getting Analog Frontiers Part 4 done. But I do have another idea, like a small video idea that I want to do. But I'm going to have to save that until after Analog Frontiers Part 4 because it's too important to get at least one Analog Frontiers episode out this year.
Yeah.
I cannot have 2022 cannot be the year of no Analog Frontiers.
Yeah.
So I gotta get that done. But then I'll do my little video and the end of the year video, and then hopefully maybe I can start to get Analog Frontiers Part 5, written. Maybe I can see that it's like not going to be that crazy, and I can just go for it. And then, then maybe after that, like my treat to myself is doing this N64 video.
Yeah.
That would be a good treat to myself, I think, getting to do the N64 video.
Yeah.
I really want to do that one.
I think I see BBA 935 is saying like if you're to do another RGB Masterclass video, like what would it be? And like I think that after the new year, like I'm going to make that commitment and say my first video of the year is going to be Dreamcast RGB.
Okay.
Like that's like I'm going to make that commitment. Like I'm making that commitment for you all right now. Right now.
Okay, you're doing it. That will be my first video
of the new year. Will be Dreamcast RGB, and whether or not I have the HD Retrovision like final versions of those, which is unlikely, I'm still going to do it anyways. Like when we've done conventions like recently, it seems like the things like like the RGB stuff is like the things that people like bring up the most to us, and they talk about like those like early ones, like the ones that are like short, like they're like 12 to 20 minutes usually. And there is like missing info, but you know what, the people that enjoy them like they don't care about that. Like it doesn't matter because it's just going to change anyways. It doesn't matter in the long run, and basically it's like a good like overview for people to like get into it, and then I'm sure there's things that will be discovered over time. but like, or like the are already. Am I not supposed? Am I supposed to go like a different?
You know what? While you're doing that, I should commit to my first video of the year being Analog Frontiers Part 5.
Yes, and then that's done.
Just do that right here, right now.
Okay.
Your first video of the year, the first video of the year that you edit is Dreamcast RGB. The first video of the year that I edit is Analog Frontiers Part 5, which means Analog Frontiers Part 4 is coming out either at the very end of November or maybe the very beginning of December, but one of those.
Oh, paths that don't have the crows. Okay, I skipped that. Follow the paths that don't have the crows. Okay.
We're going to do it. We're going to do it because I got to move on past Analog Frontiers.
Yes.
Got to move on with my life. And then I can make the N64 64 third-party N64 games worth playing video. That's all I really want to do. I'm going to do it.
There you go.
So part 4, people asking what's part 4 going to be about? So part
tour
4
video is still happening. I'm gonna try to do that one before the end of the year too. Like it's gonna be craziness. But I would love to get EGM and the tour video like done and the end of the year video. And those, like, if I can get all 3 of those done, like in the next 2 months, then I think that's pretty good.
That's more than pretty good. That's insane.
Yeah. But
don't forget you have to make time to do the end of the year video. I mean, that's...
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. It's like that was one of them. Like that's what I was mentioning. But I feel as though I have a lot of that stuff.
I would like to be editing the end of the year video like early in December, ideally. I don't want it to be a big rush.
Yeah.
If I can help it. But anyway, now, people asking what Analog Frontiers Part 4 is going to be. I'll tell you what Part 4 and 5 are going to be, because you kind of have to know what both parts are for it to make sense. Part of the reason the Analog Frontiers Part 4 has taken so long is we decided it was important for the Mr. video to be out before continuing Analog Frontiers, because I think we were afraid of there being misconceptions regarding Analog Frontiers Part 4, because Analog Frontiers Part 4 is going to be about Kevtris primarily, but it's not about analog, really. That actually makes up an extremely small portion of it. But the idea is like, just that, we had met Kevtris before. We had a lot of access to him. It was easy, to get the interview and spend a lot of time at his house and shoot some of, get material of like some of the earlier projects that he had worked on and stuff. And when I say projects, most of that stuff was like just stuff for his own amusement more than anything. Just cool things that he made, he's like the neighborhood Doc Brown, right? Just making crap, right? So the kind of thought behind that was like, we've looked at all of these ideas and talked to all of these game tech people through Analog Frontiers Part 1, 2, and 3. Let's focus on just one of those people, someone who has had a good bit of success and has been in the scene for a really long time. And just like, okay, what makes this person tick? Like, what kinds of things have they done that led them to, the success and notoriety that they have today? And then part 4 is kind of more of a zoom back out and more of a look at, let's say you have like an idea for something that you want to create. Maybe it's a device. Maybe it's an emulator. Maybe you just want to contribute to preservation by, I don't know, scanning your manuals or some other rare product that you have that may not be fully documented. Like, how do you begin to approach that process? How, what kinds of companies or open source outlets or whatever else can what things and what challenges go into making your idea a reality. So that's kind of the full arc of Analog Frontiers. It was because the Mr. video was such a challenge, that kind of delayed it. And then, I wasn't able to get my momentum back up immediately after due to freelance projects. And so, but now the time is now. Analog Frontiers Part 4 is being released late November, early December. My first edited video of the year, 2023, is going to be Analog Frontiers Part 5. Commit. Just committing to that. It's happening. It's happening. And we're going to make a Blu-ray set. And we'll also have Blu-rays for the M2.
Yeah.
Blu-rays for the M2 documentary, hopefully within the coming months.
I mean, my wife is just making a front and back cover, and we got somebody to package up the ones that we have. So my wife just has a partial design for the front and back cover, but I'm wondering if she might just be too busy with work, and maybe I'll see if there's anybody else that can do it.
Well, do you have a partial file that someone could finish, or maybe we could even finish?
Probably, yeah.
I mean, if you have a partial file, send it to me, and I'll see if I can maybe get a little closer to ready.
Then okay. I mean, that, because that's all it needs to be done is just
do that. Just send it to me, and I'll. I mean, not that I've designed anything for print like that before, but I mean.
But I mean, it's just screenshots. It's not that tough.
Yeah, I mean, we know what needs to be on it, so let's finish that.
Yes, and we could get that out. It'd be done for people might be able to order it for Christmas.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how long the process will take for us to actually get those, but yeah, I mean, let's just get that file from her tomorrow. Well, I mean, I'm going to be busy all day tomorrow playing the Coury, but
yeah,
get that from her and send it to me Tuesday.
Okay. Jeez, I'm gonna die.
But yeah, there was 3 minutes ago. There was a $10 super chat from Mega X6.
Thank you.
Thank you. Saying happy Halloween. I enjoyed the Sega Ages video. Also, for Halloween, I've been playing the new game A Plague Tale Requiem, as well as Silent Hill 2 on PS2. Wishing you guys a great Halloween.
Thank you.
Yeah, I got not that long ago. I got Plague Tale Innocence, the PS5 version, and I actually kind of thought about starting it right away, and ended up not. But obviously, I need to play that before I get Requiem. But I mean, I think both those games look pretty cool. So I'm looking forward to playing both of those. The Digital Foundry coverage made the 40 FPS mode seem pretty interesting, although more useful on Xbox than PS5 it seemed. But it seemed 30 FPS was generally pretty good on both, but slightly better on Xbox. But we'll see when the time comes around to me playing it, whether I care more about owning both games on the same platform or or whether I'm like, well, the Xbox version might perform better, so maybe I'll, even though
I hope this is the boss. I feel like it might not be. I think, you know, when I finish this level, I might play something else. I might boot up some games I've never booted before.
Oh, really?
I mean, it's like it's totally fun, but I feel like these levels are just, I don't know, they're just like are way longer than they need to be.
See TTVP saying, looking forward to the Blu-rays. You know, you guys are all about physical media. You know, I kind of wish in some ways that I was more into like Blu-ray collecting than I am. But I definitely, do a lot more streaming and like streaming rentals like through Amazon than I do buying physical movies. But something that I kind of remembered this week that I should take advantage of like a whole lot more often in terms of like physical media. I mean, it's not owning, but like Drum and I wanted to watch Nope.
Yeah.
And I was like, I should check to see if that's on Redbox. Like if I could get a Blu-ray.
I'm sure it was.
And yeah, and it's $1.99.
Yeah.
To rent like a Blu-ray of a brand new movie from Redbox. It is so cheap.
Is it at least, I mean, I guess they take into the account that you got to go and get it and bring it back.
Right. I mean, there is like a Redbox streaming service, and I imagine it's not as affordable overall, probably because you're paying for convenience, I guess. But like, it was cool because like I was able to order it through the website, like reserve it at, my nearest Redbox, and then just go and pick it up. Like all I had to do was like click pick up on the screen, scan my card, and then it spat the movie out.
It spits them right out at you.
Spits them right out at me. But like, man, $1.99, like that's like way cheaper than anything you could rent on Amazon Prime that's not just like free with Prime.
Yes.
And I need to remember to check Redbox more often especially when it's something recent, because that can be just like such a cheap way to watch a new movie in like good quality. I mean, yeah. I don't know if they ever have like UHD Blu-rays, probably not, but like still like Blu-ray quality. I mean, that's.
Did you like it?
Yeah, it was good. Have you seen it?
No, but I've like read about what it's about. Like
it's pretty good. Yeah.
I mean, I know like.
You know the twist.
Yeah.
You know what the thing is.
Yeah.
I mean, I went in pretty blind.
Yeah.
There was a good part of the movie where I'm like, I do not know where this is going.
But like the whole thing with the like the monkey, like that sounds pretty scary. Creepy.
It was interesting. It was quite good. It actually has like a scene, well, technically a couple of scenes, that's in the Fry's Electronics that you and I went to with
it's no longer there.
Gabe and Tony.
I think it's not there anymore, right?
Well, I mean, apparently they shot there like the week after it closed.
Oh, really?
So they filled it up to make it look like it was still in business. But it's like the one with the UFO crashed into the building.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's actually a couple of scenes in that store.
That's cool. But yeah, I mean, like a lot of times, I never rent anything digital. I just like will generally wait until it goes on sale for.
And you just buy it for your video.
Yeah.
Well, I rent all the time though, because like a lot of times it's just like, I mean, it's like not like a big movie or anything that like I necessarily expect to watch again. It's just like,
yeah,
some random thing. It's like, oh, I want to check this out. And it's like, you know, usually $3 or $4. And it's like I can spend that to, you know, just see like what this random movie is about, right? But it's like probably not something that like I would want to spend twice that amount.
Yeah. Well, did you somehow see the new Halloween yet?
Yeah, we did. We double featured Nope and Halloween.
Yeah.
It's on Peacock. I mean, you can subscribe to Peacock.
It's on the old Peacock.
Like, for $5. But what about it?
Did you hate it?
No, it was pretty good.
I mean, I've seen some people like really, really hate it, but then there's other people saying like in a few years they're gonna be like, oh, this guy he's thinking ahead. Like it's going to be appreciated like more apparently.
They did something pretty gutsy with it that, like, you know, as Drum said, like that never plays well with audiences.
Yeah.
And the fact that they did it anyway, I kind of respect.
Right.
I think it was. It definitely did a couple of kind of gutsy things. I think. It was definitely a lot better than Halloween Kills. I mean, Halloween Kills was kind of a whole lot of nothing.
Yeah.
You know, it was not as good as the first of the new ones. It kind of feels like Halloween, like no matter how much like a new reboot of it tries to, you know, get closer and closer to what the original was all about, it feels like it's doomed within a sequel or two, you know, to always start to get off the mark again, right?
Yeah.
But you know, so it definitely, you know, come on, it's nowhere close to as good as the first of the new ones was, because that one was really good. But I respected it. I liked it overall, and it was a heck of a lot better than Halloween Kills.
My goodness, I thought I was gonna die there. Like. And now it's like I got a gun. I mean, it gives you the option of using your other weapons, but like, is anybody going backwards and using, you know, earlier weapons on later stages, maybe to get to certain areas?
There was a $9.99 from Robert Hernandez. Thank you. Saying, speaking of M2. I'm wondering if either of you pre-ordered the Genesis Mini 2. Mine arrives later this week, and I'm frankly shocked Amazon is actually coming through. Yeah, we were actually talking about that just a bit ago. Corey's getting a review unit.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know who else is getting one. Like, I think it's even really weird that I was contacted about it.
The Sega folks seem to like you.
Yeah, I mean, it was just like one person specifically, the person who's like been responsible for like whatever Sega stuff we've had, you know, like when we did the Virtua Fighter 4 stuff.
But yeah, I've had it pre-ordered for many months, and I actually didn't realize it shipped until I checked just a bit ago, and it shipped from Japan. But apparently people have been receiving them quite quickly. So, you know, might arrive quite soon. We shall see.
All right, so should I play something else, or do people want me to continue playing this?
You know, I actually really gotta go to the bathroom.
Okay.
So, you decide what you're going to do.
I like it. He does like the spin. Something else. My call. Something else. It's 2 for something else. switch to something else. All right, well. Let me see where it's. Did I accidentally hit the button twice? I was just curious to see.
Once upon.
Oh. My favorite Halloween game? I'm not sure if I have like a favorite Halloween game. Oh, I only got 2 more levels left. Or 3, technically. Alright, something else it is. I'll wait for Try to get back, and then I go and play something that's never been... Never tried. All right, well, I'll make it a... Wait for him to get back, and then I'll go and look. But we'll see. Oh, how did improv go? It went pretty good. It was fun. I'm looking forward to going back again this week. There's 10 people in my class, and it's just learning to do little things here and there, and just learning to be quicker. But I think it's cool. Like, everybody gets along really well, and nobody in my class has like really done anything like this. And it ranges from people who have just graduated from college to a guy who like just retired. So it's a pretty wide range of people, and it's cool. I'm looking forward to going back again. And it's totally hard. But like, it's what I like about it is that it's all about like celebrating your screw ups. Like, when everybody's kind of doing different things, you're thinking about stuff in your head, and you could find yourself in a situation where you're like, oh, I don't know if I have anything funny. But when you're like kind of forced to do it, and you just kind of go with the first thing that comes in your mind, like it just like happens. And it's kind of neat. And like, it's okay if it's like not that, if it's not that funny. And sometimes it's funnier than anything you could have spent time thinking about. But, it's that what I think is cool is it's just like, if you mess up, you can't think of something. It's like, it's okay. It's okay. It's like, we all like, it's about celebrating your mess ups.
What mess ups are we celebrating?
I'm talking about improv.
Oh yeah.
About how, it was really fun. There's 10 people in my class, and, I told you about how it ranges from people that just graduated from college to people who have retired. And the thing I like about it is that it's all about like celebrating your mess ups. It's okay if you don't like have like the funniest thing in the world, or if you like mess something up. Mm-hmm. Like, it's like everybody like celebrates it. You just kind of call it out and you just go with it. And you force yourself to go up and do certain things, like when other like bounce off of other people. And you might be so tempted to just sit there and be like, I got to think of something funny so that I have something like good when I go up there. And sometimes you like are forced to go up there and you don't have anything good, and you just kind of like go with the first thing that comes in your mind.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's funny, and sometimes it's like more funnier than like anything you could have possibly thought of.
Did you do anything funnier than you could have possibly thought of?
I did something as the Kool-Aid man for a minute.
You were the Kool-Aid man?
I was the Kool-Aid man for a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm going to use the bathroom and find some games I haven't played. I'm just waiting for you to come back. I'll be right back.
Oh, I kind of want to hear Coury acting like the Kool-Aid man. So today, I, as part of the episode I was talking about earlier, I got the computer that I used during most of college up and running again. I had to buy some DDR1 RAM, which for some reason, apparently I'd taken the RAM out of that computer and I don't know why. So I had to buy some DDR1 RAM. It has a Pentium 4 CPU. I might eventually get a Voodoo card for it, but it was never a gaming PC. I had like a ATI All-in-Wonder, they called it, that had like capture and various capture and output capabilities. Like it could capture S-video. That was some of the first like video game capture I ever did was with that card. But the fan in it sounded so bad. And I actually had bought a while back another ATI card that I think is comparable in power, but it's not like a 3D accelerator card. It's just like a video card. So I might get a Voodoo for it later, and I might like add another hard drive to have like a Windows 98 installation on it. But like I booted it up and see at some point, like I had brought that computer to my old job, like to kind of use as like a secondary computer that could like render stuff, and then I could be working on another computer. And so it didn't have anything interesting on it really. Like, it didn't have any like my personal files from like college on it still. So, because most of those I'd backed up on another drive, but I did a fresh install because it was acting pretty chuggy. And ultimately I'm glad I did the fresh install, because it runs a lot smoother now. But I've got actual physical copies of like Adobe Creative Suite 1 and Adobe Premiere Pro 1 and Adobe After Effects 6, which those all came out at the same time, I think. Premiere Pro 1 is actually Premiere Pro 7.0. But then like they kind of got the numbering schemes like in sync with the rest of the Adobe products. So then it became like, I think it was Pro 2 and then CS 3. And then they brought everything under Creative Suite and now it's Creative Cloud. But anyway, Premiere Pro, I was able to install with just the serial number on the back of the case. Creative Cloud required internet or phone authentication, which you can't even do anymore. I have no idea what this game is you popped in, but at first I read that stylized logo as Andro Dungs. Andro Dungs.
Andro Dung.
But anyway, so I couldn't install, but I was able to install Premiere and After Effects and
Oof, look at those. Ugh.
Pretty rough.
Yeah.
And also the animation software. I wish I could have installed Photoshop and Illustrator, but there's just like no way to do it that I could find. So thanks, DRM. So what is this?
It's a sequel to a Neo Geo shooter.
Oh, what's the Neo Geo game called?
Andro Dunos. This is Andro Dunos 2.
Yeah, that's not a name I'm familiar with. Is it designed for actual Neo Geo hardware?
No.
I'm guessing no.
No, it's not.
When did this come out?
I don't know. I don't know what the difference between shot and hypershot is.
Maybe it's just a turbo.
I guess we'll find out.
I've never heard of this or the first.
I'm gonna skip the tutorial.
Who sold this?
Video Game and New York.
Oh, this is one of the ones they publish?
Yeah.
The physical? It's hard to tell in this scene, but like earlier, there was definitely some pretty good shimmer.
Yeah. The music's good. Oh, I should have.
Oh, is this what you're referring to, Piece of Eden? Piece of Eden says it did have a release on Dreamcast.
Yes, there is a Dreamcast version.
Okay, I definitely like the idea of kind of indie games developed for the Dreamcast and then kind of ported to other systems. That's pretty cool. I want a physical copy of that Intrepid Izzy game. Oh, it's pretty fun.
Wait, is there one? Is there one?
I'm just saying I want one. But I don't know of one.
The music is real good in this. I'm using the D-pad on this 8-bit controller.
Oh yeah? Did you show it on camera? I never actually saw it.
I did. I can show you now again.
Doesn't it supposedly use some sort of like fancy type of analog stick?
Yes,
or something?
it uses a Hall. It's like Hall effect.
What does that even mean?
I'm sure the people in the chat can explain it better than I can. I think it has to do with like magnets.
Oh,
but it's not. They're not susceptible to drift. But if somebody can.
Does the stick feel any different?
No, it feels the same. It feels good. Like I said, I've been playing Bayonetta with it.
Have you done any contra tests?
No. I mean, here it feels okay.
Yeah. Oh, people are saying Dreamcast uses Hall effect sticks.
I thought
interesting.
I thought I heard that, but I thought like it used it only in the triggers for some reason. Like I don't know how that's even possible, but I feel like somebody said before.
Are the triggers on Dreamcast even analog? I mean, I know they have travel distance, but
I don't think they are.
They're analog.
I'm sure.
Man,
I feel like somebody said during the stream like a couple weeks ago.
My stomach is like kind of going crazy, and I'm gonna go to the bathroom again.
Okay. Stomach's going crazy. For people that played this, what is the general opinion on it? Do fans of the original like this one? Is it a worthy follow-up? It seems pretty good. Like there's definitely something like old school feeling about it that feels good. Okay, Dreamcast, yeah, already don't like, huh? For some reason I thought they weren't. Oh. Oh, can I power up? Or do I can only choose? You level up, huh? Let's go with the original one. Bonus get. The music is, I'm gonna turn up a little bit funny here. I can appreciate scaling sprites. You can pay with your points. I mean, if there's a leveling system, is it a pretty long game then? Ooh, look at the chat. You can do it during the level. Oh, I got other weapons here. I forgot that I even had those. Oh, that changes everything. I like the music. This is pretty good. I'm digging it. This is one of those, I found it, I saw that Video Games New York was selling it, and I probably wouldn't have gotten it, but it was one of those ones where I felt like if I didn't get it, I would probably regret it eventually. And playing it now, I feel as though I definitely would have regretted it. There's no, oh, I got the app. Oh, that's right, I got it. Whew. I can destroy its outer shell. Oof. Drainus? I've heard that name before. There's a couple other shooters that I saw got a physical release, like a Crimson Clover. one that I have ordered. Who knows when I'll get that. Music's good, but it ain't no farting around though, that's for sure. But you know, then again, what is? All right. So I only get one. But I can level things up during the level. Oh, that's good. I like the, you know, it's not doing anything like beyond its means. It's just really solid. You know, and it's just like a shooter that doesn't feel like it needs to reinvent the way it's played. Like, you don't see that like super often. It makes me think of something like, you know, like a lot of Genesis era shooters that didn't do anything crazy. Like I'm thinking like Arrow Flash and Whip Rush. There's nothing like all that crazy about either one of those. It makes me think of something like that. So the S level like levels up, and you keep those levels. I wonder if you earn more continues like the longer you play, because that's something that I think needs to happen often. And I'm gonna keep on playing this one. If you get more continues like the longer you play, then I feel like I can beat it by then. Like before the end of the year. Better?
I think I'm good. So these the Hall effect thing, does that mean you like shouldn't set that controller on top of like a CRT or near any Famicom Disk System games, or
I don't know.
Is it not that strong?
Probably not. They're probably not that strong.
Worry about my FPS games though, you know.
Yeah.
Brendan Smith thinks this game totally looks like it's slapping on the slide.
Yeah. I like it. I really like it. I like that it's not trying to do anything like crazy. It's just really solid.
Is there a new episode of Here's My Podcast?
There will be. It goes out. It comes out every Monday at 12:01. When it goes live.
12:01. Okay.
Yeah.
12:01 midnight or?
Yeah, midnight.
Okay, so that way people can listen to it while driving to work.
Yeah. I mean, basically, you know, like it comes out like shortly after we finish these streams. In some cases, it might even come out during it.
Do you know how many people listen to? Is this going to be episode
I don't know.
two?
I don't know if Chris is in the chat right now, but he's probably paying more attention to like the numbers. Like I haven't seen any numbers.
Have you recorded a new ones?
We're gonna record a couple this week, but we haven't in a couple weeks. But that's because we try to stay ahead. You know, like although like it hasn't been possible.
Brandon Smith is an avid listener to the podcast.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if a podcast that's only had a 0th and first episode. I don't know if anyone can be considered an avid listener.
0th, first, and second.
Oh, okay. So tonight we'll release the 3rd.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Shadow Mask has been enjoying.
Yeah, I mean it's just we just sit there and we just BS. That's all it is. All right. Bonus get.
Bonus. Time Bona.
Yeah, Time Bona. What is that from?
Virtual Racing, right?
Is it? Time Bona.
I think so. It's not Outrun 2, is
No. Is that a friend?
I'm pretty sure it's Virtual Racing.
Would always say Time Bona.
Trout Butter confirms Virtual Racing.
Yeah. I mean, the scaling, like, look at the, like, the text at the top. You can tell that it's, like, less than optimal.
What's less than optimal?
Like, the scaling. But I think that it but you look at that background, you don't really see, like, any shimmer. I think it's just, maybe the speed in which it scrolls at makes it... You see it a little bit right there, but...
It depends on the speed of the object and also, like, you know...
and, like, how fast it, like,
it's being
updates, right?
rescaled again for the stream, you know?
Yeah. Game over.
I was definitely surprised to see the... Imagine losing to this bozo in the episode. that caught me off guard.
Yeah, well now it gives you some context, right?
It does.
I should have put it in the even good guys below it.
Is that an announcer? Is that an announcer or is
Who
that
says that? No,
character?
that's Sarah Bryant. Who says that.
Okay. Imagine losing to this bozo.
Imagine losing to this bozo.
And she also says, this.
Even good guys blow it.
That's my favorite one. Oh, can I start? I can start at any stage after I get there. But you probably have to start from like the beginning to get it. So.
Oh, you were pretty far in.
Yeah, this feels
like something you kind of want to continue soon.
Yeah.
There was a $4.99 from Alex Gavin.
Oh, thank you.
All
right, I'm gonna switch.
Saying happy Halloween, gents. Is the PC Engine really the king of shmups of that era, or does the Genesis give it a run for its money?
It's definitely a run for its money, but like I can't comment on like any kind of, I guess, like nostalgia for the time because I only had a Genesis, so I can't comment on that aspect.
I mean, as someone who is not deeply into shmups, one of my favorite things about the PC Engine is how surprised I've been that I've been able to find so many games that are for me that aren't shmups. Like, in fact, I think the only shmup I even own for PC Engine is Superstar Soldier. Well, I also have the Air Zong.
The Air Zong
is so different anyway. But I was surprised because before I had the system, people talk about associate PC Engine and shmups so closely that it created this impression that the system was not for me as a whole. I mean, obviously there's stuff like Rondo of Blood and games here and there that are notable, but it's really surprised me. If anyone here is not into shmups, go and wants to know what the heck should I play on PC Engine. Of course, I think people know more now that like the PC Engine Mini is out and stuff like that, and just YouTube. But before I had my own, I really didn't know how many games I would get for it. But if you want to see a list of what I think is a solid list of non-shmup games for PC Engine / TurboGrafx, just go to my Backloggery page, just backloggery.com/Triforce, and look at my PC Engine section. And I think I have acquired a pretty good set of non-shmup games for it. Also, I don't think I got this game.
I think it's on Amazon.
So, okay, so it wasn't a limited run type thing.
No.
I definitely remember seeing the name, but I don't remember why I don't really remember, like, this style is not looking familiar.
I think that this one like runs on an NES. It's like an NES 2.0 game.
How is it widescreen though?
There's an NES version of it.
Oh, okay.
But this has like, so the sequel is more like a Super Nintendo game, I think.
Wait, so what's that called? This is Alwa's Awakening.
Yes.
What's the other one?
Alwa's Legacy is the second one.
Okay.
And I'll try that. They're both on the same cartridge, so I'll try this for a second.
This kind of makes me think, for some reason, of like Legacy of the Wizard, but with less chaotic map design.
Maybe that was the inspiration.
It's probably nothing like it though, but for some reason my head goes there.
The music's kind of jamming.
Yeah. For some reason, this kind of like it feels somewhere between like an NES game and like a Wonder Boy Bobby game.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why it gives me that vibe. So is this all non-scrolling screens?
I don't know. It has been so far.
Well, it scrolls between them. I'm not seeing any shimmer via YouTube, but oh man, Sean Quinn saying 29 months, baby.
It's
not bad, not bad.
Months, not quite 37 though.
Yeah, but still a lot of people with some high rolling months.
Yeah, I mean, think about how many streams that is.
That's a lot. I mean, it's basically the number times 4, which is like it's over 100 streams.
Yeah,
that's a lot of streams. Jeez.
I don't know if Audie was in the chat there. I don't know if you saw him or not.
Oh, is he?
He was. I'm not sure if he's still here, but I hope he is. It's good to see him in here.
I did not see him. Oh, there he is. Yeah, he says Merry Christmas. Well, a little early. I mean, hopefully we'll hear from you before Christmas. I mean, I know Audie and I already have plans for sometime in December.
So I meant to say when I went to the to the Spookery yesterday. So
Spookery.
yeah, it was cool. It was cool, right? So it's like at this place that's in Loveland, Ohio. I'm gonna die. Or not. And it's like, they have like a castle in this place. It's like a castle. But it also has like this like mini village where there's like older kids like handing out candy and stuff to the younger kids.
Okay.
And there's this one guy, he had like this red leather jacket. And like we were just walking by, you know, I gave my kids candy and we walked by, I saw his red leather jacket. And then I saw his sword. I'm like, you're Dante. And he's like, you're Dante from Devil May Cry. And he's like, you're the only the second person who's gotten that.
You know, I mean, back in the early 2000s, I feel like he would have been very recognizable, but he's, you know, Devil May Cry has
for sure
not been as imprinted on the public consciousness as it was in the PS2 era.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
I understand 5, it's very, very good.
Hang on, I gotta let Sophia out of the basement. She wants to leave.
Oh, yeah. She going crazy for some reason?
She's sleeping all day.
Are y'all suggest getting started on TG16 mini console, Mister tracking down original? I mean, Hue cards and CD games can be expensive. You know, as we saw on my stream last week, I had a CD read error in Rondo of Blood, so I mean, my CD drive might not be as reliable as it used to be. You know, so it can be risky dealing with CD. I mean, I'm looking forward to the CD functionality on the Analog Duo. Hopefully that device reemerges. I'm definitely looking forward to that. But I mean, Mister is actually a fantastic place to get started on TurboGrafx, especially because it has the composite color palette.
Look at this,
which makes the colors actually more accurate than an RGB mod on a real system, which is kind of crazy. What was it with Sophia?
She wanted to go upstairs, and my daughter closed the basement door when she went back up. I'm gonna try the sequel here.
Master Cypher says, "Ask my number one local game store. The when's the last time they saw anything TurboGrafx? They laughed at me." I mean, several of my game stores regularly have TurboGrafx stuff. Usually not anything that I'm looking for, but you know, I mean, usually it's some of the more.
Oh, look at this one! Look at that. That's the good title screen
stuff, and some stuff that I might not be that interested in, but. It's around. Oh, okay. So this is the. Wait. So is this in the same cartridge?
Yeah.
Oh.
It gives you 2 installs here.
So 2 appear on the dashboard.
Right.
Ah. Okay. So Legacy is the more.
Yeah, it's the Super Nintendo one. I mean, look at that sprite and running on the loading screen. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that this one is available like normally. Like you can get it on Amazon. Well, it's like taking a while to load here.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Feels like it might be frozen. Oh, there we go.
Jeez, that's.
Maybe
is there
it's
a PS5 version instead?
It's low. Oh, I'm controlling it.
Oh, you're controlling the old lady?
Yeah.
You think that's Alwa?
Maybe.
I mean, I wonder if it's like a different. Like this looks very similar. I wonder if the actual gameplay is like a little different though. I'm gonna see how available.
I'm skipping the story so that doesn't. I don't get invested here. Old one.
What's the actual collection called?
It's called.
Because I searched Alwa's Awakening.
Alwa's Collection.
I see. Well, there is a PS4 version, and it's a little cheaper too.
Yeah.
I wonder if that load time kind of worried me.
It's probably loaded. I bet you there's no more loading for the rest of the game, though.
Maybe.
I'm just skipping the story because I'm.
That kind of makes me consider the PS4 version instead, so I play on PS5. So this looks very similar to the first game.
Yeah, but with, 16-bit graphics.
Higher color graphics. I mean, it looks pretty good, but I've got this Amazon page open now. I'm pretty on the fence though. Like it looks good, but not like anything that's screaming out to me like, oh, I gotta play this right now.
Yeah, but how many games?
How many games do that?
Do that, yeah.
But still, it looks good, but if it was more of like a traditional platformer, that wide-eyed dancing back and forth on the bridge was pretty good.
Oh, I've lost my weapon. I mean, it's not a traditional platformer, obviously. I don't know. I'm digging this. I think it's all felt really good. Like the first one did too.
What felt good?
The first one.
Like just the controls feel good?
Yeah. I like the see how everything kind of warps as underwater? Mm-hmm. But you can kind of see like the hard line where it's not warping. But it still looks
weird.
It looks cool.
Yeah. The character design kind of makes me want it to play like Do-Re-Mi Adventure or Do-Re-Mi Fantasy.
Oh yeah.
But it's different. There was a $5 super chat from John the Don. Thank you. Saying showing some support. Got my Sega Genesis Mini 2 coming any day now before my birthday, early November.
Heck yeah.
Been following The Keeper's Diary, a biohazard story. What's that? Do you know what that is?
No.
Keeper's Diary, a biohazard story. No, I'm not. Can anyone in the chat tell us what that is? Or I guess I could do the old Google. Keeper's Diary biohazard.
It's 11:11 right now. Make a wish. You ever hear that?
Huh? No.
So I looked at the clock. It says 11:11. If you ever see a repeated number, you're supposed to make a wish. Apparently.
Keeper's Diary is a file authored by an Umbrella researcher responsible for Arklay Laboratories' animals preparing for experimentation. Oh, it's the diary that ends with Itchy Tasty. But is it?
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, but then it looks like there's a YouTube channel called Residents of Evil.
Oh.
Is this like is it a fan thing?
So it's just about that character.
But is it?
That's cool. I like that. Like that's
is
a
it
fun.
official?
No,
I can't tell if
it's not gonna be official. I think. But I like the idea behind that. It sounds like
okay. I'm looking at it's sort of a trailer now.
I'm just gonna. If I fall in the water, do I die?
Okay, yeah. So I guess it's like
Oh, look at it's very almost kind of like Wonder Boy-esque. So you go underwater.
Oh, okay. Okay.
All right. Something else? I'll do one more.
Sure. The Keeper's Diary, a Biohazard story, is a short film retelling the Keeper's Diary from Resident Evil and will feature the live it actually features the original live action Chris actor.
Oh.
But wait, I thought I heard that guy died. I thought I heard the original Chris actor died. Or is it the voice actor, maybe? Were they different?
I don't know.
I always thought that the live action actors and the voice actors were the same. Oh yeah, here's this picture of all of them together. I mean, there's the original Barry. Look at him. They don't look as old as you would think they would. That's pretty cool.
You know, since you were talking about this and it's right there, let's try this.
What was I just talking about?
Well, we were just talking about it, but you talked about it last week. We talked about it.
Oh, let's see what it's going to be. I don't know why my brain is still reading that Andro Dunos is Andro Dungs. Oh yeah, Fast RMX. You should totally try this. I put the cartridge for it in my Switch carrying case. Because like, well, this feels like a fun game to pick up and play some other time.
But you put this in your Switch carrying case?
Huh?
But you say you put this in your Switch carrying case?
I put it in my carrying case so that, you know, if I go to my parents' house or something, it'll be in the case. And like, as a choice to play. But there seems to be like a ton of content. Like if you, like the Supersonic and Hypersonic is locked, but like each of these cups has, if you look at all of the different cups, each one has 3 courses.
It's like so F-Zero at the beginning.
I know, it's like, yeah, the announcer voice and everything is like dead on, right?
Yeah.
Is extremely F-Zero GX. But each course, like they can have like a completely separate design. Yeah, so you change phases like Ikaruga style with the X button, and you can't boost off of the boost pads or the jump pads unless you're the same color.
Right.
And then ZR and ZL, like you can lean with them to kind of in the corners. And then I think it's the R button, the regular R button is your boost.
Got
and
it.
that's pretty much it. You know, you pick up the little pea things, the little glowing peas.
Yeah.
To recharge your boost. If you run out of boost, you can like kind of like skid or crash or something if you like hit a.
I don't even know how that happened.
Whoa! I don't know how that happened either. Maybe you landed on top of the tunnel. And that was like out of bounds, maybe.
Maybe. I was pushing the game in ways it wasn't like to be pushed.
But it's pretty good.
Yeah. It looks impressive too.
Yeah.
It feels kind of like an arcade game. It sounds and feels like an arcade game.
Yes, absolutely.
Like
I mean, the Sheehan people are like, you know, they're like old demo scene types. So they usually like code pretty close to the metal, or at least as close to the metal as you're allowed to these days. I guess this is I think it's like either an enhanced port or maybe an outright sequel to a game they did on Wii U.
Yeah.
And it was a launch game. So
was it really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Better late than never.
Better.
Yeah, I mean, I either didn't know about this or forgot about it until I saw it on Super Rare, and then I like looked it up, and like one of the first things that came up was the Digital Foundry video that John did.
Yeah, look at how I'm the only one who has like an icon, and it just be peeking out.
I like how the one. I like all of some of the vehicle names are fun, like the MacGyver.
Yeah.
MacGyver.
Welcome to Kuiper Belt.
Welcome to Kuiper Belt.
Yeah, it's so F-Zero GX.
3, 2, 1.
I mean, they
Jeez.
They know where their inspiration is.
Yeah.
Oh, you got the superstar. But, like, it's kind of impressive to me that like every single level seems to be like a completely different environment. Like,
yeah.
That's really surprising. Like no kind of recycled. I mean, F-Zero always does that, you know. There's nothing wrong with that, but they made every level unique. I never understood how that spin thing happens.
Yeah.
Like I never figured out like if I was accidentally pressing a button or if it had something to do with other vehicles hitting me. Because like F-Zero has like a spin attack thing that I honestly never use because like it always just seems dangerous. I couldn't figure out if I was doing that on accident or if other vehicles were hitting me or what. I've played like 5 cups of this. Like, you know, it's pretty intense at first, but you know, I kind of got into a little groove with it.
5 cups, like just like 5 like full like cups, or how many cups are there? Like I mean, how many races are in each cup? 3.
3, which is nice because like a cup only takes like 7 or 8 minutes to finish. You know?
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool. I mean, I feel like it's more inspired by F-Zero than Wipeout.
Oh, for sure.
I want to get into Wipeout, but I've never like totally embraced it. Like F-Zero is still the only futuristic racing series that I've like really gotten into. And to be honest, the only ones that I've gotten like super into are the 3D ones. Like I do like the Mode 7 ones as well, but I think it's a series that shines best in 3D, both on N64 and GameCube. I feel like the font, like that giant, like first place font that's used in other places too, like I feel like it almost looks 4K.
It looks like what?
It almost looks 4K, like that font. Like it's just very like bold and crisp and clean, you know?
Look at this.
It almost tricks you into thinking it is.
Zensho
Yeah, it is a Switch exclusive.
That's actually pretty crazy. Look at the reflections too.
3, 2, 1.
Go! Go!
It's a cool game.
Yeah.
I'm glad that Super Rare got it and put it on my radar.
Yeah.
You know, it's a you know, let's make no mistake, it's a consolation prize for a new real F-Zero, but it's not a bad one. It's not a bad one.
Whoa. And I like that the switching colors, it doesn't seem like it happens that much. I'm sure later on it gets pretty intense.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and in the first level, they kind of teach it to you.
Yeah, but it doesn't feel like it's like overdoing it.
Right, like kind of what I found myself doing is kind of switching after using a strip, because not always, but I feel like usually they alternate.
Yeah.
So I kind of preemptively switch, so I'm not stressed by it when I do see it. Because it's weird, like, you would think it would be very easy to just hit the X button and instantly switch. But like, I always felt like there was like a delay between my recognition of the fact that a different color is coming up and when I felt comfortable pressing the button just because of all the other action going on.
Yeah.
You guys played the demo for Aero GPX? No, I'm not familiar with that. Only on PC. I mean, I played the demo for a PC racing game. I believe it's also coming to consoles. What was it called? What was that game called that Dave had me play on that stream? What was it called? Something Rally something.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's
the one that looks
really
like Slipstream.
Cool. Huh?
It looked like that game Slipstream to me.
I don't know what you're talking about, but I mean, it looks like a cross between like it's like a mix of like Sega Super Scalar games and like GBA games or something. It's like kind of got a mixture. It's like Sega Super Scalar / PS1 / GBA stuff. It's a weird mismatch, but it really works. I can't remember the name of the game though. It was not a very memorable name. It might have been less memorable than Steel Assault, because I just now remembered Steel Assault.
I have Slipstream. I'll show you really quick.
Oh,
it's the. Hang on, let me just.
Is it a Switch game?
Yeah, it's a digital game. I mean, hopefully it gets.
Oh, have you streamed it before?
No, I feel like I told you though. Say, it looks like Slipstream. Just like blind.
Oh, I saw it. It's above Knights of the Old Republic.
Oh, Star Wars, probably. Oh, there you go. See how long this is going to take. There's a patch for it.
Oh. An update is required.
Oh.
Required.
I like it when it goes right to 36%. Goes 0 to 36. Then to 96.
Oh yeah, European releases have the centered spines, which is weird, but it doesn't bother me because I've got so many Switch releases from various regions at this point that my shelf is kind of a mishmash anyway. But if it was just like one or two, that would bug me, but I've got a lot of Peggy games at this point. Oh, this is a interesting looking menu. Oh, look at this. That spinning makes me think of Cruising USA. A little choppier, but it's similar. Oh, okay. Look at this. Ain't nothing wrong with some billboard trees. Like, this car you're playing as looks exactly like one of the cars in Cruising USA. Oh, so like is rewinding like part of the gameplay?
Yeah, you can like rewind. I don't remember how to play, so I'm not going to do very good here. But you can kind of see what I mean, though, right?
Right. It's got the flat billboard objects making the tunnels and stuff like that. It's very much a super scalar type technique.
I think you gotta. Hey, yeah, you gotta tap brake. It's like Outrun 2 to drift.
So this is only available digitally.
Currently, yes. I'm sure it's not expensive either. But obviously, you know, it's inspired by Sega arcade racers.
Absolutely. I should pay attention to Switch eShop sales.
Well, I look on it every week. Like every week, there's like 1,500 games on sale at discount. What I always do is I just like go to like the on sale stuff, and then I sort them by price, like low to high. Yeah. And usually there's like a bunch of stuff that you would think about getting for like $1.99.
I know. It's like there really are like, I mean, with the loyalty coins or whatever they're called, yeah. Like it's so easy to find like some actually pretty decent games that you don't have to spend a cent on. Like I know the eShop has a lot of shovelware, but there's like, it's like not that hard to find some decent stuff for $1 or $2 sometimes. It's surprising.
Yeah, Eric Fox saying there's too much, and yes, there is like way too much on there. But you can't blame the developers for putting everything on there either.
What I will say, the Switch eShop is the easiest by far to find demos on.
Yeah.
Because you just go to the search and there's an icon there that literally says games with demos. And like sometimes I'm just like, I feel like seeing demos aren't as common as they used to be. I feel like they're maybe more common on Switch than other systems. But demos aren't as common as they used to be, but every once in a while I'm like, whatever, there's just like any demos out there that I could try. and it's so easy to find them on Switch, and it's almost impossible to find them on PlayStation 5. Like, I have come to the conclusion that the PlayStation 5 store is really bad. Like,
yeah, I wish that there is a dedicated section for games that like have like free upgrades. But I wish that there was something in place to tell you, like, hey, this game that you have in your library has a free upgrade available for it. So I found myself like looking at every once in a while. Like I just found out that like Wild, Outer Wilds has like a PS5 version now, and it's a free upgrade. Really? Yeah, and because I tried that out on the PS4, but it like ran like not great. Like the frame rate was obviously like it was obvious that it was low.
Mm-hmm.
And
interesting.
I was like, oh, there's a PS5 version, so I will.
Yeah, I should.
It's like it's just a free upgrade, but I wish there's nothing in place to tell you like, oh, this is available now.
But so, is there a section where you can browse games that have that? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, but it doesn't have everything in it. Or I mean,
like, the PS Store, like there's so many things that I've like tried to.
It's like a mix of games that have upgrades, like a whole new version, and also games they have like patches. Like I wish that there was just like a section that just had games that had like full upgrades to like new complete downloads. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I always find that if I'm searching for something on the PlayStation 5 store, I'm just like, I can't find this. I can't find where I can buy this. Then I just go to the web store on my computer or phone instead, and it's so much easier to find.
Yeah. Hey, how much have you played that physical Chocobo GP you got?
Less than I've played of Fast RMX.
The Chocoboop. The Chocobop. I'm sad that I don't think the Ghosts and Goblins Resurrection will get a physical release ever. That's too bad.
I hope Capcom's not going to like start being difficult with physical releases, because I'm bummed that they're not doing PS5 physicals of
Resident Evils. They still might though eventually.
3 and 7. Huh?
They might eventually.
I don't know. I mean, maybe Limited Run can talk to them, but I'm honestly shocked that Limited Run hasn't done a Ghosts and Goblins yet.
I know they haven't done it.
Maybe there will be maybe there'll be a Resident Evil release for like an Asia region or something.
Yeah. Well, I think that's going to do it for tonight. I was just looking and I realized it was 11:35.
Yeah, I'm going to have to wind down and go to bed because I got a big day tomorrow.
You do.
Big day of video game playing.
Go to Backloggery and watch some of the stream, especially if you played the game. Might be
yeah. So just twitch.tv/Backloggery. Going to be playing The Coury all day, starting at noon Eastern time.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Halloween.
Thanks to everybody who donated tonight.
Yeah.
And also, I hope everyone has a wonderful Halloween tomorrow. I saw something funny on Facebook. Somebody posted an article saying how to prevent your kid from having too much Halloween candy. I'm like, obviously the answer to that is it's for the parents to eat most of the Halloween candy when the kids don't know what's happening. I mean, that's how we do it in my house.
Also, Alex Gavin, there is going to be a physical PS5 RE4. It's the native versions of RE2 and RE3 and RE7. They made native current gen versions of those games, but and you get a free upgrade if you have them. But they said they're supposedly not going to make a native physical, which I think is stupid. But anyway.
Well, you know that the Resident Evil 8 Gold Edition also, like, it just comes with the standard
code.
disc.
Well, that's why I bought the DLC digitally.
Yeah.
I honestly don't even know why they're releasing that now, because the PlayStation VR 2 content isn't going to be in the Gold Edition.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that's like a separate purchase
they can get certain people to buy it 3 times then.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if that's a separate purchase or if it's included with the base game or included with the DLC, or if it's like a totally separate game. Like Skyrim VR is a totally separate game from from the regular Skyrim. You don't get that with the base game.
Skyrim's another game I didn't realize they had a free upgrade.
Oh, okay.
I just didn't know. Anyways, I hope everyone has a wonderful Halloween and enjoys candy if you get any.
All right.
Take care, everybody, and have a great week. Good night.
Good night.